Hey everybody, welcome aboard. Thanks everybody who's showing up. Anybody who's new, welcome to the channel. We have Reb starting early, and DJC has his traditional tab. So we are set for the night. I'm slacking out like that's like some sweet tea or something. Side, what do you got?
I got some tea on my end too, dude.
I'm sporting a good old Sam's Choice purified water. Yeah.
It's really vodka.
I'm drinking tea, so don't worry about it, dude.
It's really Eska.
Diet green tea, baby. Oh, yeah.
So welcome to the show, guys. Sorry for the change of venue. Retro Bro has some stuff to take care of, so I'm going to be hosting at least this week. We're going to see how this goes in subsequent weeks. We'll try to keep you guys up to date. Thank you. Anybody who has showed up, feel free to retweet the stream. Yell to your neighbors, kids, puppies, cats, dogs, mass hysteria. The usual.
Don't yell at your kids.
Well.
Or whatever you do, don't give out the link to the stream.
Yeah, so throw the StreamYard link out so
we don't need any peen.
No.
We're not gonna
drive-by peening.
We're gonna stay lean on the peen this week.
And we've already gone there.
John,
the two of you guys watching in the chat is more than we could handle. So,
All right, boys, present arms.
No.
John says he's listening in the shower.
Oh, is he now? Oh,
Dude, you got your camera on. Turn it off.
So, how has everybody on the panel been this week? Sai, you've had some developments in your personal life and stuff like that. How are you settling in on everything?
I'm doing good. I'm working again. Thank God. Thank you, God. It has been a long time. It feels so weird to be working again. My cats are not having it. They are very pissed off at me.
Mine were too.
He's working again. He's working again, but fear not, I'll still be your friend.
Honest, to be completely honest, though, Moogle's he could really give two shits. As long as there's food, he's fine. He's like, whatever.
Yeah.
I let you live here, whatever. But John
is he like Nick's cat where he gets lost all the time?
Oh,
you
God,
left the warm spot on the couch, right?
It's true.
My cat is kind of
Captain
like,
Carl, how have you been?
I can jump that. And she'll just totally crash into something like a bull in a china shop.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So my cat's very much like me.
Navigationally challenged and randomly running into walls like your last stream?
Oh, yeah. Awful. You
missed a Yakuza stream, man. It was really funny.
I'm gonna do an impression of Carl's cat. Here we go. Here's Carl's cat.
Yeah. And that's happened before.
No, that is not Carl's cat. Here's Carl's cat.
Oh.
There you go. That's.
I mean, you make fun, but it's totally true.
Oh, what the? I'm actually really tempted to put him in stream. Do I do this or not? Yeah,
Uh-oh.
yeah, here we go.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
It was on?
Thanks for at least only showing from here up.
And everyone in the chat, be nice to Nick. He's so good tonight, and give it all around. Thanks for listening. Hopefully, I'll be back next week. I'll see you guys later.
Later,
Bye,
John.
See you later.
You even shower, bro.
God, I hope so.
Yeah, right?
I will
Do
now.
you even shower clothed, bro?
Oh.
Well, it's not
What does
quite
this man
Friday,
leave?
but
What does this man leave for his OnlyFans? I mean, really, what am I signing up for?
I don't know.
Feet?
You're signing up for the lower half of that picture is what you're signing up for.
So, hey, I got
That's on his
my
fans only site.
I got my
I can't
Retro
wait.
Pocket 2 in Monday.
Oh.
Yeah, you were showing pictures
Yeah.
of that. How's that working out for you?
Yeah, I'll show it to you. Fantastic. Wish I ordered this thing. I wish I'd ordered this thing instead of getting that Amber and a crap.
Yeah,
This thing
you've
does
had some
exactly
issues
what
with
I wanted
those.
it to do. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, this stupid Linux-based bullshit. Anyway, yeah, things have been going on my end. How about you, Rab?
Good. Good. Nothing new. Busy times. Trying to find some free time to work on some videos. It's been a little.
Well, you need to
crowded.
get with me because my time assessment abilities are pretty damn good.
Yeah. Well, you need to get my kids to agree to not wake up at 5 a.m. and try to go to bed before 9.
Well, those are kids for you. Kids
Brad,
are
we-
genetically predisposed to wake up at any time.
That is
Yeah.
true. They do wake up
Yes,
every
yes.
day.
Yes,
They-
if you're doing it right, they continue to wake up each morning. Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's debatable if that's doing it right. But, Rab, we do got to get some more videos out of you. We got to figure out how to. What do we got to do to make that happen? What do you need from us to help you?
We gotta
help us help
babysit
you.
his kids
Child-
away from his house.
I
My
need
recent
post-COVID childcare is what I need.
my recent videos I deal with a lot of time travel. So if you want me to loan you the time travel device, I'll give you more time.
I saw that. I
So
saw
if
one
you-
of those this morning.
I don't know. That art guy's about
Everyone
to take over my
knows.
channel. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
what's happening.
Everyone
with that.
knows DeLorean time machines don't work.
This is
Well,
all
I
just
use a Merlin. So.
Not
This is
with
all
that
just
attitude.
way too complex, guys. I just need someone with a van playing the Mr. Softy ice cream theme to come by, and then they run off, and I'll be good for like a few hours.
There you go. There you
Actually,
go.
fair
We'll make-
point.
Nick, let's make this happen.
I know. We're gonna have to
All
work
right.
on
I don't
this.
know if I'd let my kids run an ice cream man. They're usually convicts.
I mean, they'll hold their own for a while. You don't know my kids.
Carl, you have always
I'm
had
an
something
ice
to-
cream man person, so please don't rip on the ice cream man. It's my fondest memory. Came by, he played his jingle jangles, and whoa, no, I didn't mean it like that. And I went up there and got a toasted almond bar, and it was delicious. But moving on.
I always hear like when I'm
Oh,
driving in the
yeah.
car, they have these commercials for like goody or something like that. What is that? You ever hear these commercials as an ice cream thing or something? I don't know. Every time I hear it, all I think is Hannibal going goody. Like that, Carl. Not like that.
Yes, breakfast cereal coming soon, Mr. Schwa.
Carl,
So-
can we get like a nobody talking over Carl when he says that? Just say it real quick.
Wait, what was it?
Goody.
God, it is so disturbing. He does that voice way too well. That is super creepy. All right, guys,
Oh,
we
that's
got a
a horror
show
movie
for you
tonight.
tonight.
All right.
Amico,
SGR is
right?
in the house. What's
Yeah,
up, SGR?
Amico.
Good to see you, man. Mr. Shua, I think you're new to my channel. Welcome, by the way. Welcome, everybody else. Miss Emily Survivor, thank you very much for popping in.
Mr.
Ryan Landers
Shua
and everybody else.
is Mr. Shua?
I don't know, but I feel like he needs a cat and like a
Rab.
ring
He's pretty
so he can, like,
confident.
inspect her.
Rab,
And
how
I like it.
Shua is he, Rab?
Very.
I'm probably pronouncing
When
all
you
these
said
names
him
It's
wrong.
and
about
cat.
9 o'clock.
very
here.
And I feel like
Soft
there's an
Jersey.
inside
Nice.
joke
Pretty
going
sure.
on that makes sense.
Oh my, I'm feeling very insecure with the way I'm speaking.
I
right
need all
now.
my shoes and my glasses.
It's
So I have them.
It's definitely Miko After Dark. We're 5 seconds in, and the rails are gone,
Dude,
folks.
it's all in the family.
Always been broken.
All right, so first topic. What is our first topic?
Our
yes.
first topic is going to be on Finnegan Fox. Now
You
they
mean that
have
fake
shown,
game that's not real and is just
that one that
Yeah.
can't totally be different from
Yeah,
anything
right.
else that's ever been shown or anything ever.
and everyone, yeah,
Yeah, that one. So Tommy threw up some pictures earlier this week, and this was kind of related to some stuff that they wanted to throw on the potential back of whatever's going to constitute physical
For the
media.
physical edition or whatever.
Yeah, some of you guys already know what the physical media is. Most of us on the panel, I think, tonight
Right.
don't. If Chuck found out before I did, because you know what, Chuck? That's it.
whoa.
Maybe
Calm
I
down.
have. Maybe I haven't.
Chuck is more
We're all
special than you.
friends
That's
here.
all.
We're all friends.
I'll be
Are we?
right back.
Are we really? Are we?
I
Friends don't hide physical media.
Do you want me to show you the physical,
Physical
media?
Not anymore.
I'll
not the
show
way
you
it's
my
written.
physical media.
These pictures are beautiful, by the way. Just
Yeah,
all
these are
high
great
definition
photos.
goodness.
So what you guys are looking at here is these are some of the transition screens that they've
Right.
snapped that they want to put on the back of the box. And let me turn off the banner here so you guys can get a little bit better look at these. Some of these are just really gorgeous. Now I've played through the 16-bit version of this game, and this is really super clean. and a lot of the stuff that they've added that people may not of being able to fire where you're moving, not having to pay for checkpoints, being able to buy maps and stuff like that. Somebody alluded to a new secret shop. It's not a secret shop. We've known what it was for a while now.
That is cool right there.
Yeah,
That
this is a
giant
really
bee.
cool shot. This is
Whoa, wow.
the neat
what is
thing
that?
about this game is you have to actually use most of like your weather abilities for some reason in each fight. And part of that so that you can actually do damage to the bosses, because your damage alone doesn't really do much. It really comes down to how well you manipulate the fight and how well you use your magic meter during the battle and how you do. And this was a great example of that during my playthrough of the original game. So I expect this one to be quite a bit of fun here as
Out
well.
of curiosity, how much space does Fox and Friends require?
I don't recall off the top of my head. I will, because I think I still have.
I'm
it
almost certain
mean
this
Finnegan
requires
Fox,
more
sir.
space. No, I mean the one
No,
he was talking about.
he meant Fox and
Oh,
Friends
oh,
on
okay.
Fox News. So he's trying to talk
Right.
to you about what's really going on in the world, and everybody wants to pretend like this stuff's not real, but it's absolutely real. This game's coming out
But
from
this isn't
Amico.
the
It's not
5.
about
This is Amico After Dark.
So where are the lizard people in this? I feel like the
the
lizard
lizard
people need to
people
show.
are the enemies of the Fox people.
The
Everybody
little
knows
green
this.
man,
Okay,
not the lizard.
What the hell did I miss? Okay, so it's Fox News.
The little
Last-
green
No, it's
man,
not.
not the lizard people. Duh.
So the
Go back to
original
the
game is
pictures.
actually just under 300 megs installed.
Okay.
Okay, so it's got to require more space than that.
1
I-
This
billion.
game
would
looks too
suspect
good.
so.
This
I would
game
suspect
looks
this is
too
going to be a
good.
little bit. It's going to be a
Megs.
little bit bigger than probably the original game. Mostly because I imagine the assets are just going to be a little bit larger because of the cell shaded art style versus
Probably
pixel graphics, which
between-
can just be rendered, right?
Nick, do you like those big assets?
I do. I like big assets, and I cannot lie. I knew that's where you wanted me to go with that.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
Amico
This-
haters
this-
can deny you.
The best picture on there was I love the banshees and the ghosts flying around. That was like my number one.
Yeah, the graphics are pretty
Yeah, the
damn good on,
cemetery
this,
scene.
on
Yeah,
these
yeah.
images.
Yeah, I
What-
really like the boss. That boss image I thought
That
was
as
really
well.
cool. I think that's a really great one to put on there to show you just the kind of size and scope of what the bosses are going to look like when you get the system and get there in the game. Now, I know Tommy was going to make this an easier game, but this really is not that hard of a game initially. I like that they're doing some accessibility and some quality of life improvements on this one. I know we've covered this before, but what do you guys think? What's your hype level at for this now, and what's everybody's hype level in chat as well?
I'm still excited about Finnegan Fox. Nothing has changed about that.
RD. The only thing I can think of is I see RD on the screen, and I'm like, what does RD stand for? I don't know. Something.
It's really dope.
Really
Finnegan Fox is
dope.
Really dope here. We are just really dope, and that's what it is.
Wow, we've just totally like.
I'm a good.
Topic
good-
It's
one.
a random
Window.
dicking, of
I need like a
course.
glass break
What
sound for
do I
this.
think of Finnegan Fox? What was the question about Finnegan Fox?
Are we
Uh,
more
How
excited
excited.
now after seeing this?
What's our
Yeah.
excitement level?
Honestly, I've always okay. Let me put it like this. I like the look of Finnegan Fox. I actually kind of like the pixel art a little bit better,
Yeah.
but I like the look of it. It's very Rayman, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and I'm interested. I actually got Rayman for the Jaguar not too long ago, so I'm a little fan of the Rayman.
You said it
So-
wrong. It's Jaguar.
Look, buddy,
Jaguar.
you don't know about me. You don't know where I'm from. You don't know me. You want to step outside? Catch me outside. How about that?
Now I need like a Thunderdome where I can just put Carl and like.
No,
I think
Mr. COVID Harding just needs a hug from mom.
That's right. I do. That's all. That's what would do
The
it
only
for
problem
me. It
is
would kill
I
my
would get
mother.
lost.
but-
I would get
So-
lost.
So Ray is saying this reminds her of like Super Lucky's Tale.
Yes.
I've not heard of this game.
Oh, I've heard of Super Lucky's
for
Tale.
the Xbox. For the Xbox, it's a. Remember?
And the
You
Switch.
So I'm
remember?
gonna have to check
You
that out
remember?
with my Switch
Member?
collection.
You
I don't
remember?
know if I'm member or not.
It's Super
Okay.
Lucky's Tale. They brought it out on other
Okay,
things too now, right?
Let
Yeah,
me
it's on the
explain.
Switch as
Let
well.
me
I think it's on the PS4.
let me illuminate. So
Should be on
when
Steam.
Microsoft came up with the Xbox One X, this is one of the games they featured that would take full advantage of all the resources of that system.
Huh, okay.
Carl is correct.
You're correct, sir.
Ding ding.
100 points to Carl.
Instead of Captain Carl, from now on he is correct Carl.
Correct.
I don't know. I don't know if we can handle that kind of weight on Carl. I don't know.
No.
SDR is still pretty excited about the new Earthworm Jim potentially coming up, but I think that's
Me as
closer
well.
to like
I
another
am.
year out, right?
Yeah, that's
No,
at least
it's-
2022 or 2023.
Yeah.
I heard
Not-
somebody on YouTube tell me that he hasn't even started working on it. They have done zero work on it. It's not even being worked on at all. It's all
It's gonna be huge though. So
Yeah,
don't
but
even
everybody
worry.
keeps telling me that the
From,
Switch Pro came out like sometime like 2 years ago, like even before the
From a
original Switch. I
in
was hearing rumors
2017.
about it. Yeah.
From a consumer's perspective, I'm not interested in Earthworm Jim, whatever, until I actually see it launch.
Once again, Carl's correct.
Carl
Free
gets three
gamer cookies for knowing.
That's right. Carl's moving up in the world.
I'll
Carl's
take
like
a scoop
Carl's,
of snack if possible.
Carl's like my wise sage that lives in a cave and hopefully has a sword for me because it's dangerous out there.
Answer me these questions.
Dude,
three.
I'm not the one. Dude, I'm not. I would forget about the sword and give you the moon-destroying energy blast instead.
Why would I want to destroy
Wow.
the moon?
I
That would
feel like
literally-
this escalated quickly.
It's like a Bonk's Adventure storyline. Who's stealing the moon? Who's trying to destroy it?
It's getting very
Majora's
complicated.
Mask.
We're
So
doing a lot
you
of
don't want the
crossovers.
sword here. Let me give you this spell that will kill the boss in one hit.
What is
Can
this?
we
And
get
everyone
the shower
else.
back? I don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, what is
I don't
it?
Answer
know.
the question.
I don't know.
I'm very excited about Finnegan Fox. I think
Yeah, we're talking
After
about
seeing
Finnegan
these-
Fox.
after seeing these pictures, and like I said, they look so beautiful too. Like just, anyways, yeah, seeing that cemetery scene, seeing the the transition scene, the giant bosses. I don't know. It's like somewhere between, and like I had recently got a Switch, so I'm like the Switch virgin here, but I've started to really collect a bunch of stuff. I'm loving that new kind of cartoon graphic style too.
Mhm.
I think that looks cool. I love pixel art, but I'm really, really liking this after seeing this. So my
Hey,
excitement
if-
level is up.
If you want a new experience, lick the Switch cartridges.
I will
No,
not.
no, do not.
I will not.
Do not do that. Do not do that.
I will eat
Carl-
them. I will blend them up and drink them, but I will
No,
not.
no,
lick
you
them.
do not. No, you do not. No,
No, I
no,
know
no,
they're
no, no.
sour. I definitely do that.
Ugh.
I would never blend them all the way. You have to leave a little bit of texture.
Ting. Hold on. I wonder if I can make. How do I make him?
Ba-ching.
Carl, normally you're correct, but we'll get back to you on that one.
There we
Okay.
go.
We're sorry, Carl. The
There we
correct
go.
answer was
Do you
lick the
like
dock.
do you like soft drinks? Do you like
I'm still
rare?
learning StreamYards a little bit.
Do you
There
like
we go.
rare hipster items that are hard
Oh,
to
that
find?
one's so creepy. Okay, we're done with that
We were gonna do a commercial. You screwed it up.
now.
We're all we usually shill for Amico. It'd be nice to shill for Tab once in a while, don't you?
You
think?
know, I'm okay with like
Hey, why not?
branching out. I mean, you got to diversify in this day. and
I mean,
age.
hey, Coca-Cola left it, so I'll just pick up where they left off.
There
I
you
don't know
go.
how to make it, but I'm going to figure it
That
out.
should be
I'm-
their
I thought
slogan.
Tab was for
Tab.
girls.
Chemicals in water.
Coca-Cola ditched us.
We picked up where they left off.
I thought Tab was for girls.
Hey,
Wow.
whoa,
And who's
whoa.
going to have all the girls over when
Dude.
they see all the cases of Tab
No.
I own?
Yeah,
He's
hashtag-
doing it for the
True.
chicks, man.
Their slogan is
hashtag
who's
me
picking up the
too.
tab next?
Welcome to
Coca-Cola's like, I'm
After
out.
Dark.
That is right. Welcome to Tab After Dark.
Yeah, so, you guys are so silly.
Oh my goodness. Hey, where is Saggy tonight? Just curious.
Yeah, I was wondering the same thing.
I like Coven Marting's Friday Night Girl.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
Raya, get Saggy in here.
Saggy's had
No.
a rough night. She's okay.
Yeah, Segi had kind of a rough
Well,
night.
I
She
tell
did
you
like
what, I have a puppet friend here that might want to say hi.
Uh-oh.
Whoa! This is
boy.
gonna be like.
Uh-oh.
I can do a sneak peek.
What are we doing?
Sneak
What are we
peek.
doing?
Whoa! Oh, okay.
Whoa, it's a DJC puppet.
Oh man, that was scary.
That's
I thought
all you get to see.
She's gonna love that.
I thought things were
She's
going.
absolutely
Usually,
gonna love
when
that.
someone
Really
talks
cool.
about showing their puppet, they're
Yeah, that's when we get
going
canceled.
to do a drive-by peening.
Drive by.
Yeah, I think she was pretty frustrated after her stream before the show, so now she's just shooting things in RE8. So
Yeah. Good.
that's
That's
where
a-
she
that's a
is
good-
tonight.
Oh,
we
well.
all kind of miss Aggie
Don't
when
miss
she's not
her.
here.
We
Social
always
media will get
miss
to you.
Saggy. We always miss Saggy.
Yeah.
Even, we just always do.
Yeah, pretty much all the time.
No one can get enough Saggy.
All right, so what's
Anyways,
another
yeah,
topic
Finnegan
up?
Fox, right?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Here we go. Ham it up, Si. Go.
What do you want me to do? You want me to
I
do
don't know. I don't know. I thought you were going to be really sad about Saggy or something.
Oh, okay.
Never mind.
I remember it was just like earlier tonight. It seems like I can remember it so clearly, like it just happened. And Saggy was on her channel, and the people just wouldn't stop. And I was like, "You don't deserve this. Why do they take you for granted?" Yeah,
I'm waiting for her to leave Saggy alone or something like that.
Leave Saggy alone. Leave her alone.
Oh, that is great. Okay, I feel better now.
All right, pause for him to go get his mascara.
Yes. Shout out to Chris Crocker.
Going back.
No.
Talk about off the
Grudge
rails.
says you
There was
know
never-
you made it when you get your own puppet.
My second favorite Crocker next to Betty.
Have you made it
My
if
thumb's
you
dirty.
made your own puppet?
Did you make that puppet?
Maybe.
I did not. I found something that looked very similar, and then I just need to
Stole
get a
it from a
cap for
child.
it. Now he just needs a cap.
I thought you were going to be like, I didn't, but I found this nice old lady, and she was in this tent, and she had a crystal ball, and she said,
Yeah,
I
it was
can
really
make you a
crazy.
puppet."
She needed some of my hair, some of my blood. You know the huge when you're ordering a new puppet.
I'm not sure
My
if we need
back's
this or
hurting
not.
now.
I'm a little disconcerted by the thought of this.
You should, dude, have puppets made of
There
everything.
you go. Geeks with Cash puppet. I think so. A Nick puppet.
That would be epic.
Everybody
Oh.
needs a puppet.
You could make the Gigs with Cash puppet, and you could do
Go to
the-
the stream. DJC, everyone needs a puppet.
It's true.
A safe place to put your hands.
So the next
There
thing
you
that
go.
came up,
That's a great
the first
tagline
couple
for a
of
puppet
topics are
salesman.
kind of short, and then I think we're probably going to spend a good amount of time on the last two. The next one's the Founders Edition patch. Some more like images of that got shown, and I believe I've got a picture of that and the pin right here. Yeah. That right
The
there.
running man
Look at
himself,
that
Arnold, would
beautiful
be
thing.
proud of.
I
Fake,
really like that pin. That
Chop.
pin's legit. I want one. That's dope. I
fake,
really like that.
chopped, not real. Deep fake.
Deep fake on the patch.
It's the deepest fake.
I'm not normally one for like physical items when I order stuff like this. I don't even really pre-order very much for the most part, mostly because I don't feel like the digital goods are worth it. And 9 times out of 10, they're not really going to give me anything that's really
Right.
worth it as far as swag goes. This, however, is kind of an interesting thing with the pin and the patch. I think it's kind of cool. The
Yes.
patch screams, I need a denim jacket now. To me,
I was just going to
feel
say, I'm
like-
putting that on my Guns N' Roses jean jacket
See?
right away, right
There
when I
you
get
go.
it. It's getting
Hey.
sewed on.
I mean, I went out of my way to get the Multiverse Edition for Axiomverse, so I love physical stuff occasionally.
Yeah. And SGR, to answer your question, the price is a little high for the type of console that it is, but it's right around $250. But in addition to that, you get 2 controllers and you get 6 games at launch. So that helps kind of soften the blow of the price of being able to get in the system. And then the average game price is roughly around $10.
If you
Or less.
believe
With
the
each
liberal
game-
media.
Being
And Relic
like,
Gamer is in the house. Welcome, Relic.
Yo, man, what's up?
Anyway, I
With
don't know
each
about this
game
patch.
being like,
The
Go
patch
on.
thing, to me, I kind of was like, I don't know. I never understood the patch thing. I think the patch thing was like just before my time. Like,
I'm indifferent to it.
I kind
It's
of
like-
don't.
The Activision patches were great, but that was in the 80s when people wore patches. I don't think a lot of people wear patches today. So I'm glad they do this for like the Founders Edition for the population that love a patch, and they're not doing this as a regular thing for everybody else. Like, yeah, you get a game and you get a patch. I don't
Yeah.
know what to
Yeah.
do with a patch.
Like, I was
Even
a
a
little.
sticker, like you don't put stickers on everything anymore. That was 10
I
years
was,
ago.
I was a little kid in the 80s. Okay. We didn't care about, like, when we got, like, if I got a patch, it was like, oh, great. We got to put this on my uniform now. Mom would be like, no.
yeah.
You know, like,
I'm with
I
you
like
on that
the
one.
pin though. The pin looks really sweet. I like them both, but a pin I'm definitely. 'cause
Actually, let me see here.
I wear cowboy hats in the summer. That pin will look sweet on there.
Yeah,
I
there's
appreciate
a lot of places you could put that, just wear that pin, because it looks like it's going to be. Yeah, that went a little sideways.
There we go.
I think that you're supposed to turn it sideways
If you're
before
into
you
it.
put it anywhere.
Yeah, maybe.
Anyway,
Depending on the size of the pin, though, I mean, you could use that with like a tie. You could put it on like, like the cuff of your shirt or something like that. You could also
Absolutely.
put a jacket, hat,
All right,
wherever.
so
I don't know.
this
So I like the pin a lot better. I just like the
Oh,
wood
wait,
green
where
and
is
the
it?
gold with it. It goes with the
yeah.
Founders Edition console almost better than the patch does, to be honest.
I respect these things. I just it's not anything I was really. It wasn't really on my radar. That's all I was trying to say.
Yeah. No, I agree.
This has a whole bunch of stuff in it, a patch included. This is like the Woodstock 40th anniversary Blu-ray set.
Right, I Amico wasn't good at patches. There's a patch, J1 already.
Exposed.
So it's just one of those. It's just one of those nice things you get, you know.
Yeah.
Now, what is the VIP? Does the VIP get a patch or a pin, or is that just the
I don't believe
poster?
so.
Or
I
the
don't
card?
believe
They get
so.
the card and like a gift card and a card. I think the lenticular card. And
They get a
Yeah,
card.
it's
they
like
get a
just
card.
it's just a
One Garbage Pail Kid card, and that is it. That's their limit.
Garbage pail card.
can't stop
kinda
at just
cool.
one Garbage Pail Kid card. You don't stop there. That just starts a collecting spiral of Garbage Pail Kids all over the house.
Yeah,
and-
then you'll be a picker.
Welcome to Garbage Pail After Night. After night? I mean after dark. I messed that one up.
Way out woefully after dark.
yeah.
I'd
Right.
probably stitch that on a hat, though. That kind of looks cool. I'm looking at the patch now. I could do that on the front of like a baseball cap or something.
Yeah, I think
that's
it's a
not-
pretty
Or,
cool looking patch. I mean, we
Maybe
looked at it.
get like a denim jacket or a leather jacket or something. Sew it on there
might
if you
have
really want
one.
to show it
Welcome,
off.
Mega Mike.
Oh.
I want it sewed into my arm.
I want it tattooed on my
I
head.
feel like your commitment level's a little high for me. I'm not comfortable anymore.
Yeah.
I'm putting the pin right in the
Are you a
front of
fan
my
or are you not a
forehead.
fan? I mean,
If I'm going to get
Exactly.
tattooed,
If I got to start like sewing things to my skin, like as far as patches go, I'm thinking I'm not a fan.
I think
Oh,
you
wait,
didn't
wait,
understand
wait,
what you
here's
were getting
Relic.
into.
We got Relic.
if I am going to tattoo this, it's going to be on my left or right butt cheek.
Is this really Relic Gamer or are we about to see Peen?
Oh
I don't
no! You
know.
hope
I
you
couldn't-
saw his face first.
I did.
We're gonna see.
It looks
we're
like
gonna,
Relic.
Uh-oh.
We're
Drop
going
it
to
back.
see what happens.
Oh
Screenshot.
no!
Giant
Oh
slog.
boy! I don't know what's gonna happen.
Oh my, I'm
Just
so
second.
worried.
You do that voice way too
And
well.
then my
by the way.
hairpiece
Oh,
fell
wait,
in.
what
Oh.
happened? Ah, come on. Relic, I got you in, man. Try again, Relic.
Something.
Or are you really?
Take two.
Hmm.
Always with the
Oh,
false
you
start.
Jiggle the handle, Relic.
Jiggle the handle.
Jiggle the handle. Oh my god.
That's funny. Good one, Carl. Good one, Carl. Once again, Carl is correct.
You start sewing stuff to my skin like patches and stuff. I mean, I'm not even okay with tattoos. Why do I want a patch sewed to me? No, thank you.
I don't know why you're laughing.
DJC's just showing like all the tattoos.
I want
What are you
to.
talking about? Totally hate those. Those are stupid.
I see that.
What if instead of sewing the patch into your skin, then you sew a patch of skin? You know, but
I
Well,
love
Jeep
the
is
silence
creeping.
of the lamb's voice just completely transitioned there.
I'm a great big fat person, you know, and you could probably get a lot of patches.
This
out
is
of
real
us.
smooth skin.
You got any leads? You guys got any leads?
It's like a baby skin.
Put the lotion in
Big
the
butt
basket.
skin.
You're right.
Put the lotion
What's up,
in the
Kami?
basket.
Kamikaze. What's happening?
Yo, what up?
Come. Anyway,
I was actually.
I'm
I'm surprised it
listening
took
to that
anybody
song
that long to go
earlier
there
today.
on that one. I'll be honest. So yeah, I mean the patches look pretty cool. The pins look pretty cool. I think all the stuff
like
around Finnegan Fox is good. The hype level's pretty cool here. I like that.
Finnegan Fox looks fun, dude.
There's
Hey,
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 that's
Relic.
really
What's up,
him.
guys?
Hey,
Sorry. Having some technical difficulties.
As long as it's
Pulling
not
up your pants.
Cyberpunk 2077 level of hype, will be fine.
is that really Relic though? I mean, we won't know. Okay.
Someone is wearing his
Hey,
skin.
thanks for
I'm gonna
dropping
be
in,
very
Kamikaze.
mad.
Yeah, Kami, thanks for being here. Thank you very much. John couldn't be here.
Has to shower all the time.
Always, yeah.
God.
Time for a shower, but not to
Everyone
host
knows.
your own show.
What have you been up to,
Everyone
Relic?
else is supposed to be
Yeah, what's been going on,
showering.
What's
Relic?
happening?
Well, I was trying to take a break from everything, but some interesting information came my way, so I thought, well, I should put it out there. So
Yeah,
Okay.
interesting.
You know, you got to be careful with that interesting information.
yeah,
now?
you do.
Do we really?
Yeah.
So what did you find, Rock? Is that related to the video that you did, or is it something else that you found out?
Yeah,
So-
basically, just when someone says something and then they're not really being honest about it, especially when they're trying to discredit someone publicly,
Ooh,
then
it sounds very specific to me.
yeah, it is very specific. Anyway, I just basically exposed Leo for his nonsense, so nothing too special. It's kind of a normal thing.
I was about to say, it sounds like Tuesday for you. It really does, man. You're really good at usually finding out what these guys are doing and kind of tracking it down and then going, so pot meat kettle?
Such a silly
Just like,
thing,
hey, look.
isn't it?
Oh, go ahead.
Isn't it such a silly thing? Relic, how do you feel about this? Like this little cliquey battle of the likers versus the not likers. The I've got to make sure I expose those people, and
Yeah.
I've got such a strange little thing that happens on the internet. Like
It's strange because we're talking about things we play with, like toys, and they're supposed to bring joy to people and have fun, and there's all this like aggression for something that should be giving people happiness. And then on top of that, it's like, I don't really care if people don't like it. I mean, there's a lot of things out there people don't like. Some guys like Fords and other guys like Chevys. It's like we don't need to spend our whole life focused on that.
Well, my thing is, if you don't like something, okay, but at least admit, like, if you're saying that you don't like something, to sort of mask your real disdain for the individual, that's what I'm like. At least be honest about what you're saying. That's all.
I was going to use a little history of something happened to me in the past. I'm a big car guy, but I'm not partial to any car. Just like I am with video games, I'm not partial about any kind of console. I play everything. When I worked in an auto body shop, we worked on a lot of classic cars, and the main guy that did all the painting on the cars, he was a diehard Chevrolet fan. And one time we're having lunch, and he gets in and just starts talking bad about Ford. And I said, let me ask you a question. The Shelby Cobra, what motor's in that? And he goes, well, a Ford. And I go, well, what's in a Pantera? He goes, well, a Ford. That's a GT40. And he goes, well, okay, I get it. All right. Ford's not that bad. I said, okay. The point was that just showing a little bit of reasoning that you don't need to be so focused on being so negative that maybe there's something there you might like. And that's the whole thing. This whole thing gets so blown out of proportion over a toy. It's like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. So all I am is, when I see something, it's like, hey, just be honest. If you don't like it, fine. I don't care. I may not fully like it completely at the end. I've had a chance to play it. I've enjoyed it. But you can't just keep beating the drum on something you've never even tried. And what's the point of it anyways? I mean, these people on Discord that somebody a couple weeks ago brought to my attention, and I hadn't even noticed it till a couple weeks ago, and I just been monitoring and seeing what's going on in there for 2 weeks. Now, I'm not on there every day. I have a job. I have a life. But these people have literally been hating on this since August 16th of 2020.
Yeah, you told me about that the other day, and I thought that date was very fascinating to me because, what we were talking about a second ago, I don't like to get involved in a bunch of nonsense because it just perpetuates itself. Like, even talking about this now, we all know what's
there's no resolution.
Oh,
right.
yeah.
No. This is going to get edited up and put out as more stupid fucking Amico people. We're all, it just goes on and on and on. They all think they're
the tragedy is
for
the soundbite, COVID.
Right.
And the tragedy is the consumer is lost in all this mess.
Yeah, well, okay, but the
They
thing
won't even
is,
see it.
and you're right, Carl. Once again, Carl's correct. But the thing is,
I'm not correct all the time.
the thing is, this is not about the Amico. The Amico is a convenient excuse.
It's just an engine for a
Amico
vehicle
is
for
a
what they want
rallying
to
call.
say.
Yeah.
This is because they don't like a person. They don't like a dude. Hey, damn it, Ryan!
Jaguar.
Ever since Ryan showed his junk on our stream, he has had the worst attitude.
I know.
It's too good enough to share.
Showing that.
So anyway, I don't like, I hate, and it's disgusting and ugly that we all get mixed up in a bunch of nonsense. Relic, I told you before, I respect you a lot, and I think of you as a friend, and I in no way am I trying to tell you that I don't, or anything bad about what you do, but I think you would agree with me that it's unfortunate that we ever have to get mixed up in any of this stupid bullshit that goes around and around and around and around, because it is stupid. It is fucking dumb.
It is, and I'm actually tired of it. I would love to just. I've got so many plans that I want to do in the future that have to do with collecting and taking trips and doing different things, and I don't really want my channel to be about that nonsense.
Right.
It's just one of those situations where something comes up and it's just like,
you can only take so much, right? It's like
it's got to be said, man. It's got to be said. And now, like, I've said it, and I'm like, okay, I'm moving on.
Right.
I don't think I've ever seen someone be so fucking pissed off about a fourth console coming in. Hey, what's up, Raymond? How's that Cadillac? Anyways, no, but I never seen someone get so pissed off on a game console.
You don't remember the Action Max people in like 80?
Yeah, I mean, for something that's really coming out, like a real console, nothing any crowdfunded or anything like crazy, but I'm talking about something that's really something great that's going to be different. Yeah, I know, right? Basic Tudor computer, damn you, 1987. No, but anyways, I'm just saying, like, people just freak out over this, and I'm like, you know what? It's going to come out. It's going to be there. You know, deal with it. I think they can't accept it. I don't know.
This crowd is as interested in the
That's too good not to post.
6 gamers, 1 tab.
Really stream again.
I did a
New York
kind of an I did a video that basically explains the Amico to families or whatever for this very reason. Because all this and thanks to Rav for helping me with that, so that they actually have something to help them understand in a simple video as possible what it is.
CM Retro says, you know what? I hate those stupid, super small arcade remakes. Those are, why are they pretending to like those?
Oh,
they're about 2.5 feet tall. You need 20 risers to get them up.
Why are they lying?
Why can't they just make
like
a
this?
box?
No, those are cool. I like those little things.
You talking about this? Come on,
He's talking about the arcade 1-up. Unless he's giving
those. You're talking about the 1-up machines. Oh, I hate those things.
I'm not a fan of those. They look cool.
Yeah, man, I've got 8 of those things. Or 9.
He's not talking about the 1-up machines.
I mean,
they make those in various different sizes.
Cool,
some of them fit on the table. Some are actually a little bit smaller, but still function. So you could use them with
that was
6-inch action figures and stuff.
Hold on, I'll be right back. I got something I want to show CM Retro.
No, I knew it was going to happen. I told you. It's
like the thing he just showed. Those are cool.
We do not want to see your peen.
Here it comes. Get ready.
This is a peen.
Here it comes.
Screen.
Here it comes.
Full screen.
It's got the full screen.
HD 4K peen. Get the text on
3D,
screen. 3D,
but your 3D glasses on.
The text on screen. You're welcome.
Yeah, that he's talking about the pieces of shit that you can buy at Walmart.
Sega Dreamcast and Nintendo 64. And Emily, there is absolutely nothing wrong with those consoles. Those are awesome 100%
consoles. Awesome.
Yes.
No,
love those.
I just don't like them myself. I don't like the small ones.
Here we go. Oh yeah!
Oh, damn!
That's
Man,
right.
Yeah.
Man, nice. It's a lot better
Retro
than what
gaming merge.
That's how you know you've made it.
we were expecting. Something else, so that's a nice surprise.
Yes, this is a nice surprise actually.
Wait, what's in the
I tell
cup?
you why. I tell you why I don't like the
Oh,
little
it's the
micro
cup.
ones. I don't like the micro ones because I'm having trouble figuring out in my head the controls. They look so scrunched together.
The controls for what? What are you talking about?
Oh, for the
The
smaller little
the
machines.
small.
I mean, they're
Okay,
more
the
for looking
tabletop.
at, but
You
I
mean
mean,
like
they're
this?
playable. Yeah, that is cool. Yeah, right.
I mean, my hands cramp a lot.
Whoa!
So I'm just.
Whoa!
I actually played through this and beat it.
That's like the old
Really?
Amico ones.
And then I didn't have to go use any quarters either. They come with
Right.
little quarters too. See?
No
Oh,
kidding.
that's kind of
Got the-
great.
Oh, that's
It's got the
badass.
Oh,
laser
that's
disc player
super
in the back.
cool.
Dude, I want to get those. I want to get
That's
some.
kinda
Do you have
awesome.
to program the thing yourself? Just asking because I'm
I just want to
curious.
know, like, why is it pretending to be an arcade game when it's not?
Mrs. Emily Survivor, thank you for subscribing to DJC Game Studios. I just got the notification. That was awesome. Thank you.
Emily's great. She's popped into my channel.
Refresh.
I met her a while back on a couple
Nothing.
other channels.
Enjoy the time travel.
Nothing.
God help you, Emily. Godspeed.
Hey, Carl, this one you might actually be able to play.
Whoa! Here we go.
Uh-oh.
This is it. This is really gonna
Uh-oh.
happen.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so anybody
You're
knows
probably
that
right.
the younger
Oh, here we go.
generation
You probably
does not
just
like
better off telling.
old video games,
Oh, dude, that's beautiful. Look at that
Oh
thing.
wow!
Yeah.
and
See,
this
I
is my
want
son.
those.
He
That
is a
does look
freaking nut when it comes to Dig Dug. He loves Dig Dug.
Right.
So this is his. He bought this himself.
Dude,
one's
that
cool.
one's like
I
bigger than
that.
the Dragon's Lair, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks that way. I love
But
how they got the
Dragons-
artwork on the side panels better.
Wow.
That's
now, what
pretty
company
spot
makes
on.
that one? That is beautiful.
This is Numbskull.
Numbskull. Okay.
What is the third tense of dig? There's dig. There's Doug. What else is there?
Digging.
Diggity.
Trug.
Dig.
Dig 'em the
Doug
frog.
Diggity.
Dig Dug
cereal.
Trug.
Tag.
Dag.
Dig 'em.
I was dagging up there in the back. I was dagging all night long. I'll tell you what.
I was selling them sugar smacks with that bear, but I
That's
said I'm
right,
going to
that's
have
right.
my own with my
I
own
was
company.
being the bear. We was doing
Where
the
I was-
sugar smack.
Is there lag on
We-
the spot?
I haven't noticed.
That'd
any
be a
lag
good
on
Grand Theft Auto commercial.
You haven't noticed any lag, but you're a liar.
So,
and you're
I'm
lying.
a liar. maybe I
I'm
lag.
going to make
so it's
10
perfect.
videos about it.
That's right. That's why you didn't notice the lag, because you're lagging.
I'm old.
That's right.
Everyone
Well,
I
knows.
mean,
lag.
as you get
That-
older, you naturally lag out. I mean, that's just what happens.
Everyone knows that the Amico has more lag than Donald Trump has hair.
Maybe.
And the room goes
Moving
quiet.
on.
Hey, Nick, I take offense to that. I did a 200-meter headshot
You did,
on
you-
Fortnite, open sights, no scope.
Yeah, I will give exemption to Relic. Relic would probably kick my ass in real life. I'll be honest.
I thought I was going to say, like, I take exception. I played with Mr. Trump's hair at an Amico event.
Yeah, plenty of hair. He takes it off. He
But
sits
where's
it down.
the
you
video
pet it.
Smooth as
I
butter.
cannot believe it.
So, Relic, while we have you here, what's your take on the patch and the box art for Finnegan Fox? I know you were in the main chat when we did those two topics, but now we got you on the show. What's your thought process on that? Where's your headspace at with it?
As far as what's been on Twitter, like the pictures he's put out, or
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
um,
No, oh, yeah, that's
yeah, I picked a few in there. I'd have to look at them again, but there was one where there was like a spider boss that I thought I picked. That was one of them I picked, and then I kind of thought the Toadstool Town kind of picture was nice too. Maybe for younger kids, they might be attracted to that scene. Kind of reminded me of Smurfs.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
If anybody remembers what that was,
I do.
it'd be pretty
That'd
cool.
be another great franchise. Talking about a good game.
Yeah.
ColecoVision.
Yeah. It's kind of pricey, though. They can maybe go with Snorks.
Yeah, there you go.
I'd actually be
Underwater.
okay with Snorks if you do like an actual good underwater game. Like for once, do a good underwater game.
That
That's
could
kind
be
of cool,
done.
right?
Hey, if it's anything like that way Shark looks, let's bring on the Snorks.
Yeah.
It's true. Very
They need to
true.
get that that game that I'm trying to remember. It was a game that recently came out on Switch, but it hadn't been on Switch yet. Where it's a 4-player split screen, and you all have to try to gather gold at the bottom of the ocean. And
yeah, I know. I know. And television reached out to them, and I don't know if anything more came of that.
Yeah, that would have been a perfect fit.
Neighbor kids are yelling. I don't know what they're saying.
I was like I can hear someone yelling.
Sorry, I didn't move us forward a little bit because I was trying to. Emily wanted links to everybody's channel.
I think they're making race car noises
in the chat,
like
so that she can like sub it.
Yeah, meet.
Like, slow down, kids! You're going too fast.
I feel like this went totally off the rails all of a sudden. So
there was
the next
never
thing
any rails.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. We never have any rails.
Yeah.
The next topic that we've got here is small companies' advantages and disadvantages as such, as far as being able to be nimble, being able to adjust kind of on the fly. What are some of the challenges and things like that that you feel like they face companies like Amico and smaller things like that?
Well, one disadvantage of being a small company is that you're small, right? And not as large as another.
Do tell, Cy.
Might be.
Carl, can he borrow your cap? Because I want to start calling him Captain Obvious.
I'm not that obvious.
I love this topic, and I don't want to like take over, but I do want to like throw out some things about this.
No, by all means, go ahead.
Take over, Red.
Thank you. One of the things I really like about how Intellivision is positioned, and I mean, yeah.
Welcome to After Dark, folks.
Lower right corner over here, cracking jokes. Large companies are not particularly adept at changing an industry. You are.
Is somebody typing on a typewriter while you're?
Yeah. I'm doing I'm a stenographer for the.
I'm talking to people here.
I gotta get a record of this for the daily paper. Keep going.
Taking notes, see? Yeah. You're gonna be famous.
Tony's putting something hot on the press. I gotta get it to him.
Leave Tony alone.
Yeah.
All right. Continue.
Larger companies are not particularly nimble. They haven't been for a very long time. I think just structurally they are not able to kind of chase a different market or a different, technological innovation is really not their feat. Even in video games, you have to look at, all of the licenses and all of the IPs that you have and kind of what is the follow-up to that. We know that Nintendo is going to bring over, the biggest Wii U titles. We know that they're bringing over like every possible mobile game that is remotely popular as like, oh, this is a new game on the Switch. They have their niche that they are catering to, their market that they are catering to. They don't really look at how to build that pie of all video gamers. They don't look at what can we do that is truly innovative. And even when they do try to do something that is innovative, it is very much the domain of, a vice president that might be able to take that on and like, oh, here's a project. This is how I can make a name for myself. And maybe they make it big, but they don't usually make it big with those sort of innovative things like Sony had with the PlayLink or like Nintendo had with Labo. Right. If they don't knock it out of the park, they back off of it and go back to their wheelhouse, back to what they know makes money. Because these large corporations have to make money. They have stakeholders. They have a lot of stakeholders that have demands, that have expectations about what profits will be. It takes a long time for them to turn those ships in a new direction. So it's something that in television and it's not just in television, small companies across industries can do that large companies can't. Large companies like Kodak invented digital cameras. They couldn't capitalize on it because it wasn't their bread and butter. They didn't see it as a potential future, even though they have, they're in the photography industry. You would think they could see where the future was going and the potential of this. They didn't, it wasn't their bread and butter. They couldn't make a fortune on it right away. So they never really look at long-term goals. They look at what is in their short-term major interest right up front. And that's what big companies always do. And that's why they're always slow to kind of make these big, market disruptions that smaller companies can make. And I think that's where Intellivision has a chance to kind of say, look, what you guys are doing, there's an audience you are leaving behind. There's an audience you're not picking up. Yes, you are amazing at making games that gamers want to play. You are not so good at making games that tell other people who aren't as interested in games, you know what, this is kind of fun. Just, you can do this too. The number of people playing Switch and Xbox and Sony has not grown that much over, you know, the population, the player base 10, 20 years ago. It is very similar.
Yeah, and yet you're seeing the mobile base, because everybody has the phone in their hand, they're more likely to pick up a game or two here and there, particularly since they are so cheap or are so free, and just try them out. The other thing is I mean, just think about how little innovation we've had in the gaming space as far as types of games over the last generation or so. I mean, Returnal's probably the most innovative AAA that we've seen in a while, and even that's not super innovative because it's a roguelike. It's just a really expensively made roguelike, right?
Well,
It's
I don't
not
know.
a new game type.
Cyberpunk was so far ahead of the curve, it's not even done.
Yeah, it's not even finished yet. I mean, it may not be finished until 2077.
That curve is on.
Maybe that's the whole thing of that game. Is that's when they finish it.
They were developing the engine for Cyberpunk at the same time they were developing the rest of the game.
That's right, Carl.
It's fair. Now, there's been a couple of good points here. Chua says, his arguments for small companies. Have you ever tweeted at the CEO of EA and gotten a response? Tommy literally answers as many people as he can, and that's amazing. And we've made note of this ourselves before, that it's unprecedented to have this level of access to anybody within a company, much less a CEO.
I haven't met the CEO of a music company called Sweetwater, which is very big in the music industry.
Hey.
Awesome.
I think
I was waiting for Carl to elaborate on that one.
as far as like this, go ahead.
Well, like you see these shops like Guitar Center, but this place is so far beyond. So Guitar Center would be for amateurs, but Sweetwater is basically for hardcore professionals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. CT's made a couple of good points here. He's mentioned a couple points, and I think you covered some of these, Rap. Innovation versus user base, right? Smaller company can take more risk because they don't have as big of a user base that they're relying on to basically come up with their argument on
or
it.
shareholders.
And flexibility versus cash flow. And the flexibility is something that I kind of wanted to touch on too. And you guys can let me know your piece, but the way that they're making the games for this and how quickly and rapidly that they can adjust to trends in genres of games could be a huge advantage for the system. Don't you guys think?
I think things would be much easier for them for game development once they actually launch the hardware. So they don't have to worry as much about it, is what I'm trying to say.
They don't have to have, 48 of their 55 employees working on making sure that the hardware is lined up for launch. They can kind of scale back on the launch and move into phase 2 and phase 3 projects like they want to make sure they have that steady stream of games and, an eventual player versus player online friends network or something that, things people might like that they want to try and figure out how to do safely and how to do for, their anticipated demographic.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys.
Can
I ask
Go ahead,
guys,
Si.
Well, something in this whole spectrum kind of, I want to really get your guys' thoughts about this publicly. Whether you don't have to say anything if you don't feel comfortable, but I'm just curious, like this access to Tommy thing. I feel like it's a double-edged sword for Tommy. Okay. I feel like it's really great. Obviously, we all really think it's cool to be able to talk to him and he talks to us and he gives a shit who we even are. That's kind of cool.
Right.
For a CEO of a company to take that kind of like interest in the people that are interested in what he's doing it's not common. Okay. And the reason it's not common is because when you put yourself out there that much, you obviously have to deal with everything that's out there, right? Mm-hmm. And so what do you guys think? Do you think that it's a good thing overall, or do you think that it's more negative? Like, what do you think? Like, how does this balance out?
I want to push back a little bit. I don't think the reason why it's not so common is just because you put yourself out there and you expose yourself to all the risk of putting yourself out there. Obviously, we can talk more about that, but I also think it's just the personality of the man is a lifetime musician and a lifetime artist, as put in the position of CEO. And you do have other examples of CEOs that are very hands-on with their public, very hands-on with their audience, and very communicative, but it is a rarity. That is not the usual path to executive leadership in an organization, especially a large organization like a video game manufacturer or a large tech company. And in television isn't there yet, but they have aspirations to get there. So it's a rarity for all of us to kind of see that. But I think that's part of him being a musician as well.
Tommy Tallarico has the characteristics like charisma and drive like Bill Clinton. And what I mean is Bill Clinton is the kind of guy who will make you feel like you've known him since college, that you were his best friend all along. That's the kind of person Tommy Tallarico is. And maybe it works against him, maybe it does, whatever.
But what do you think, though? What do you think? Like, what do you think, guys?
I think it doesn't necessarily matter, because people attack corporate CEOs all the time, like Ubisoft or CD Projekt Red.
Yeah, I think the difference here, though, is you're not having the CEO directly respond to that criticism.
Yeah,
I think also.
Go ahead, DJ.
Sorry. I think also that I think it's more or less to us. He's kind of one of us. He's always a gamer kind of guy. You know, he likes interacting with this community. But I think on a larger scale, when it comes down to like the mainstream audience, when the stuff comes out to the moms and the TV shows and all the stuff in the mainstream, that haven't even heard about this yet, I think that's going to be a little different. Not every single person is going to go, "Hey, Tommy, what's going on? Can I call you?" It's not. I think for being in this community, he likes that, and that he's one of us, and I think that's what we're seeing a lot of. But he's also getting a little bit of, like you said, double-edged sword on that as well. But you know what? I think it's great, man. As far as as us being hardcore fans, I think it's great that he's interacting and being transparent and being awesome. I think that'll change up as far as the mainstream, but I'm loving how it is now. I think there's going to be hate either way.
Yeah, that kind of leads into a point that Rhea made here about, an indie effort kind of lends itself to this kind of grassroots community growth, right? And he's really done a good job of fostering that, catering a little bit to that, and being accessible to that community on a level that you just would not get out of most companies.
I like the fact that if you ask him to maybe watch one of your videos or something, a lot of times he'll do it.
Yeah,
He'll comment on your
Carl. You're right.
Video.
Again, Carl is always correct. I'm trying to tell you.
I'm not right all the time.
I want a T-shirt that says Carl's correct. The thing is, Tommy does these things that you're talking about, these specific little things that he does not have to do. If he was, let's say, if you were to just
Charles Manson.
Well, no, we're not going to go that far.
What the hell? What just happened?
What I'm trying to say is, if he was the person he is painted to be, if he was a snake oil scam artist,
Satan.
Okay, spawn of Satan,
happening?
Maybe. If he was some nefarious guy preying on old gamers who just love their nostalgias, and he was just trying to make a quick buck and run, if that was really what was happening, why would he do these extra little things that don't matter at all? Like you said, watching people's videos all the way through, and he does, because he'll tell you little stuff in those conversations that you have. He does this with a lot of people. I'm not, I think it's cool that I do consider him a friend. I do consider it fun to talk to him, but I know I'm not even unique, because he does this with a lot of people.
He is a relationship guy, and like my family's Sicilian. We are very the the worst thing you could be is someone that says you're going to be there for somebody, you're going to do something for somebody, and you don't follow through with it. You know, as someone who holds like reputation and respect and being, you know, just establishing relationship with people that like, oh, you're doing a nicety for me, I want to reach out and do a nicety for you. It's kind of just like it's a gesture of like respect, and he's trying to build this community for the Amico. And I don't know how Relic, you've been around for a long time watching the Amico. I don't know if you've been around for the start, but for a couple of years, Intellivision had a very positive reputation in relation to, let's say, the Atari VCS, or even the Polymega, or when the Evercade had just been announced. Like, people were a little hesitant for those things, and Intellivision was doing a lot of things different. And Tommy was out, the spokesman, having these relationships, and it had a really positive influence on, you know, Intellivision's standing. Like, here's someone out there speaking to you, speaking about this, showing you all of this development about the product, you know, the entire process, daily updates on Atari Age, daily going on to Facebook groups and talking to people about this stuff, going on to the smallest channels with 5 subscribers to do an interview with the smallest people and giving them the same respect he would give to like IGN or CNET or, you know, the largest video game company journalists out there. So yes, it does. It is a double-edged sword. It hasn't always been. I think we see the negative side of that sword since this commitment to kind of defame and discredit A, Tommy, but B, the community around the Amico, supporting the Amico, interested in the Amico. You have people out there making videos about, you know, all of you, about myself, about people that come in on the chat. This is what they do. So
no one ever makes a video about me.
You get mentioned. Everybody gets mentioned.
We all get mentioned to very different degrees.
Always a bridesmaid, never a bride.
Carl really wants like the hate for some reason. I don't really know why.
The hate.
Well, let me chime in a little bit.
Use those views.
Go ahead.
Let me chime in just a little bit. I think with Tommy, I've been around different people in business, and you kind of know certain people that are not quite on the level and ones that are not. I've had a couple bad business dealings with people that, you know, you kind of learn quickly, you kind of get a sense of how they are and how they operate. And I've never picked up any of those kind of vibes from him. What I do pick up from him is very similar to my wife's side of the family. Her dad's, my wife's father's family are Czechoslovakian. Well, they're Czech. From the Czech Republic, and they're very loud and very we've had friends come over and they get so loud. Some friends have to walk out of the room.
Racist against Czechs.
And the thing is that they're easy to get along with. They're just so open. But for some people who are not very not used to that loud family, they're just like in shock. You know, like, oh my gosh, they're so loud. But there's similarities to how Tommy engages with people that's very similar to my father-in-law. They're there. They'll like give the shirt off your back for you. And that's what I sense from him and how he operates. All the little things he does all the time. That's just how he is. When I was in Lubbock and I met a couple fans that had been going to his shows. Like, they'd been to like 7 of his shows. And they were like, I don't miss any of these shows. And he's like, at the end of the show, hey, you guys want to go out and have dinner or get something to eat? And then we all pile into some person's car we just met, and we all pile. Well, I did actually just walked a few blocks. It wasn't very far. But, you know, he like put his guitar inside their car, and they all drove over to a restaurant, and we all hung out for a couple hours.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up because, okay, I'm gonna shill Tommy for a second here. For a guy,
that's what we do here. That's how we make our paycheck, right?
I know. Let me just say this.
Can you just blow him up for the video that will ensue?
Yeah. No, we got this. I got you.
What was my point?
I don't know. We're waiting for it.
Oh yeah, for a guy who supposedly constantly brags all the time about everything. For a guy who's like constantly got to let you know, supposedly, all the good deeds he does, right? because he's just trying to make a big show of things. You guys never hear about a huge amount of stuff that I've seen him do that I don't know anybody that's even really talked about publicly that he doesn't have to do it all, that he goes out of his way to be a cool guy and help people and do things. And me talking like this, I'm sure, ooh, I'm going to cut that and put that in the video. Here's Cyrus doing blah, 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 blah. But this is just the reality. We're talking about reality, folks. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry that Tommy's not the boogeyman. I'm so sorry.
The spawn of Satan. He's not the spawn of Satan. Don't you forget it.
Yes. He is not the spawn of Satan.
There needs to be a clip now.
You did that too well.
He's really good.
Cyrus Martin is possessed by Satan, and he's an Amico fan. Anyway,
Hey, Cyrus, I know Tommy's bad.
Get back into bed, Saddam. Anyway,
Come on, Saddam.
I know because Darius told me.
we're not.
Oh
Anyway,
my God, I
I
can't
feel like
flip
I'm
between you
watching a
guys
South
fast
Park
enough.
episode.
Oh my God, this is great.
but guys, seriously, Tommy's not. He's not this like horrifying evil figure out to destroy the internet with his fakeness and his weird. Oh, he's like seduced all these people into a fake cult where they all like a console that's not real, and he's pouring a honeydew into their ear and telling them what they want.
It's a foot bath.
Well, it is true. It does kind of
Damn it, I don't catch it fast enough. Oh, it just pops in there. I can't get it fast enough.
You're
not copy striking me.
We'll talk later, Saddam. Anyway.
I mean, the thing is, there's a grain of truth to, I mean, the argument, and I don't want to say maybe not a grain of truth, but it's obviously a caricature. But if you look at Tommy's career, he has always had to kind of self-promote. I mean, from, kind of picking up a job as a play tester and quality assurance tester at Virgin and begging for, to work in the sound department and showcase that he can do, music and trying to figure it out, and just sort of creating his own studio and doing things that people said couldn't be done. He's always kind of been the person to kind of have to build, like, I can do this and I can, this is what I've done. I mean, he's in a sense always been someone that's had to kind of showcase what he's done and what he's capable of to prove people wrong. So there is some truth there, but they take that grain of truth and kind of build and build until you've got something that's so alien from the original point that you tried to make that, okay, maybe Tommy rubs you the wrong way because he talks about himself more than you are comfortable with, but he's not this egotistical beast that can't stop talking about himself. Right. I mean, it's the character that they build and the coverage that they provide on these, shitty little videos. Just there's so little truth to it. They can't seem to get past the fact that, okay, I've got something here and I could talk about this realistically and casually to somebody and sort of, have an honest conversation about it, but they want to nail him to the cross for that. So they don't really, instead of making good points, they want to try and bury him with the little points that it can make. And it's just, it builds into something that isn't, if you get what I'm saying.
I feel like it becomes a public misconception, right? Like a lot of people that are confident in their abilities, some people are just kind of calm and continue to do their job. But people that really want to push forward have to be a little bit of a self-promoter. Right.
Oh, yeah.
And so long as you can back it up, that's not a bad thing.
You can't get where he's at without being the way he's been. I mean, for him, for his career and his success. I mean,
there are people that are outgoing and very much like relationship driven and people. There
you go, John.
John.
One thing I would say, if I was to have a criticism of Tommy, because he's not perfect, right? Someone
needs more honey in his ear.
My criticism of Tommy is that it's also the thing that makes him available to us, right? Which is that he cares, right? He gives a shit. And it sucks to care that much because it's great, but it can also, you can get hurt really, I'm not going to say easily, but you can be hurt by people who
Readily.
want to fuck with you. If people get to you and it bothers you, it bothers him to the point to where he can't take it. Like sometimes it happens to us, right? Relic, you wouldn't know anything about that. Things bother us sometimes, and we will react to them. And I've reacted to things before and made stupid videos and embarrassed myself and
Guilty.
Right.
I'm fine with being a human punching bag. I'm fine. It's
okay. Cool. But you know what I'm saying though? This is the thing with Tommy.
Like that's half my job description. Human punching bag.
This is the thing with Tommy. Like we love him for being open and available and wearing his heart on his sleeve and just being raw with everything. But he even knows, he's aware. We've talked to him. I'm sure everyone has talked to him and told him, dude, maybe you could, not, always like bite their heads off when they get to that point. And Tommy knows that, and he's tried and continues to try. Like, I mean, those of us who have that hot blood, we all work on that. But it's a problem for Tommy because he is this like big figure. He's this, CEO and the guy that's bringing out this console that we're all interested in. So he's got this microscope on him, which makes every time he responds to these people that screw with him, and they try to bait him and they try to manipulate and they try to get under his skin and come up with some little way to, whatever, to get him to respond. That's their prize, the greatest prize for them, just to get his response. And it's true, they are his biggest fans because nobody
after a John Shower video.
I mean, he's building their channels for him, basically.
Right. Well, nobody else in the community puts out more videos about Tommy than the people that criticize Tommy.
Yeah.
They are true. All the rest of us. When was the last time? I mean, how many Amico videos have we made in the past month? Not that many. Few probably. But so
I
DJ
did one.
and CT has a point here that there's two types of public personality. One that ignores the hate, and the other one that jumps in the store and just says, "Well, screw you." And Tommy has tried.
That's
being
not
both.
what it says.
I understand that.
Let's be straight now, man. Come on.
Quit lying. Quit lying.
And Tommy has tried this both ways, and I can't remember the conversation I had with him because his channel was on, but he had at one point tried not responding to any of this anymore and just kind of letting it, not letting it fall by the wayside. And his own people started kind of being like, well, what's going on? They're saying all this stuff about you, and that's not okay with us. And now they're kind of coming after us. And
not just him, but employees.
What's going on? So he kind of stepped back into that ring, not because he felt he needed to defend himself, but to do what Tommy always tries to do.
Well,
and All Stress always tries to do, which is defend the people around him and people that he's friends with. That includes all of us, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, Nick, I wanted to mention something about that. He's kind of already opened that Pandora's box. It's not a situation like if he just dropped off the scene and didn't do anything, then all these people would be like, oh, see, the scam's setting in. He's running with the money now, and so it's kind of he's kind of in there now. But I have to say, when I first started following all of this, the very beginning, it was kind of like a different approach than he does now. It's he's a lot more controlled on how he reacts to it.
Yeah.
And I just want to add, I mean, all of this is a annoyance for all of us. It is, I think it is a little bit upsetting that something you want to kind of share with people and discuss in a community, you don't really have an open community to discuss that without people attacking you for every word that you may utter on a video. This, however, doesn't matter. This does not reach You know, when in television does their marketing, when they are looking to market to casuals, when they are looking to go on, you know, nighttime shows, when they are looking at mobile marketing, when they are looking at, you know, paid marketing and not just showing up on people's YouTube channels, that does not translate. I mean, the junk that we see on YouTube videos by a small amount of people do not translate to the broader audience. So it's an annoyance. It is something that can be upsetting to people, but it's not anything that matters in the long run. I mean, Tommy just needs to not be baited so much to go into like an on to say what he needs to say and then let it go and move on to the next thing. He doesn't need to go back and forth with someone who has no good intentions or is not going to further the conversation. His point is to further the conversation. His point is to, you know, talk about his company and what he's doing and what this console is going to do and what he wants to present to the broader public. You know, if they're not going to have that conversation, he doesn't need to waste much time with them.
And can we all agree? I don't think we have to be concerned with Pat and Ian taking out money and getting the Super Bowl ad against Tommy. So I think we'll be okay.
I mean, when it comes to Tommy, I'm kind of neutral, but at the same time, you know, I know what kind of guy he is. Yeah, he will watch your videos if you ask him. Not all the time, but, you know, okay, a lot of times he does. And that's just the sort of person he is, someone you can get along with when you talk to him.
I was thinking about this the other day, about what Tommy, like, put yourself in Tommy's shoes for a second. Imagine that you're a musician. You get this career that you build in the gaming industry, making music for video games. You become part of like these teams working all over the years on different platforms, and you get to know other people in the business all over the business. You become friends with some people that you always respected and admired, and like the guy who, you know, basically started in television at Mattel. And then you have the opportunity to buy in television, and you have the money, the resources, you know people who can help you get more of the money that you need to make a new in television. And you're like, I can do something like this. This is my dream. I can do this. I've already been doing these concerts, these awesome shows. I've been a part of all these awesome soundtracks for all these games and these teams and all this stuff. And I know all these cool people, but I can make a console. I can do this. And I can get all these awesome people to work with me on it, right? And it's going to be for family. It's going to be like, we're not going to have all this crazy stuff. We're going to keep it like old school, like in television type gaming, right? And then these fucking people show up who are looking for not you, Rad. start poking you.
This guy right here.
Not Rad.
Sit down.
All right, Rab's the one. No, but
show up at your door.
But these people show up and they see what you're doing, and they understand what you want to do. They understand your dream that you're finally bringing into fruition. And they don't want it to happen because it's not exactly what they want, or they don't like the games and they think maybe it's too similar to this other thing that they really like. And who are you anyway coming into this business thinking you can do that? Who are you? And then you're talking up all your accomplishments. What the hell? Like, you're bragging all the time. Like, who the fuck do you think you are? And they're just like, and they're like, and then they come up with
in your Ferrari.
Yeah. You stupid Ferrari. Who the fuck is doing
Yellow Ferrari? Thank you very much.
How many Ferraris do you need, Tommy?
Yeah, we got to expose this guy.
He's got his Monday Ferrari. He's got his Tuesday Ferrari. I mean, you know.
I can answer that question.
Have a limo Ferrari.
I can't answer that question. You need as many Ferraris as you need guitars and game systems.
And see, but they see Tommy, and all they can think about is, fuck this guy. We've got to stop this guy. Who does he think he is? And for what? For what reason? Because you didn't like how he treated you in a forum somewhere, or he didn't recognize your greatness for everything you've done in your life, and he dared to like talk about some accomplishments that he had. Oh, what is the reason that Tommy Tallarico is this horrible demon that must be slain by the righteous knights of the great anti-Amico cult, who are like, we must stand together against the Tommy Tallarico and end his campaign of evil once and for all, because we are righteous and we tell the truth and we must stop the evil liars.
Must end goodness.
Get it.
Can I add on to that real quick? I just think that was awesome, though.
Standing ovation. Go ahead. Sorry, Chuck.
I was just going to add on. Obviously, I'm going to be really serious here.
Hey, Max.
And I just want to say everybody needs to have a good, thick skin. And Tommy's got that thick skin, like the thick material on these brand new DJC Game Studios mouse pads, hats, and red wristbands. Also not available.
Wow, that's
anywhere.
really cool.
Wow.
I need like
Available
a
nowhere.
shill banner I can just put up there. That would be awesome.
the red ones.
Hey, everyone.
Remember, kids,
Well,
get
I
your
tell you,
parents' permission. before you use your credit
I
card.
like the yellow one, John.
How's it going, Max?
All right. As soon
I
as I
have to.
jump on, my wife calls, and then the dogs go crazy. I wasn't planning on coming. I'm trying to get a stream. You know what's funny is when you take a few days off from the internet and you come back like, what the hell is going on?
What did I miss?
Yeah, that happens a lot, doesn't it?
You're out
Oh,
of
yes.
date now, man.
No, I have to try to catch up on everything. I don't know what's going on. I'm just trying to I'll try to put a stream together myself later. Oh, Francis Tremblay. Hey, man.
Yeah, he kind of popped in. He's been hanging out. There's
Yeah.
been all sorts of new people here.
All right.
It's kind of dope.
Yeah, but
Everybody
I
come
don't
to my
understand
teeny
what's
tiny
going
little
on.
channel.
I don't understand. It's nice you're hosting the show too. I don't know. Maybe I'm back. I'm really. Oh, dog, stop! I really don't know what's going on because is this Retro Bros channel?
Yeah, Retro Bro had to step away for
Yeah,
a
he
little
had to
while.
step away,
It's
so he
personal.
asked me to
You-
host
wait,
for like a week or
wait.
two while he
Max,
takes care
okay.
of some stuff.
Max, you
That's
didn't
cool.
hear? You didn't hear? Yeah, unfortunately, no, I'm just kidding.
Oh, don't do that shit! You can't do that shit in this day and age. I'm like, what the hell happened now? No,
It's so
I mean,
funny.
It's good. It's good to take a little break.
He slipped in the
Warner Brothers
shower.
Put
He
gag
stepped
order.
on the
Did the haters get to him? I
He
mean,
dropped
they
his
don't.
soap and said,
He's
"There's no way
crying.
I'm picking that shit up." And then he slipped.
The Max and the Iron Mask.
Yeah. Well, I don't
That's
have
right.
it all night. I got my second shot, and I had dinner, and then I was
Oh,
trying to relax.
you had yours too.
Yeah, I
today.
gotta get my second one. Like I think it's the
Uh-oh.
28th or something like that. I don't know. The first one wasn't too bad.
This one will kick your ass.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta run,
thanks,
guys.
Captain.
I was fine.
Oh, really? Thank you for coming, dude.
I like
Thanks
that.
for popping in,
yeah,
Rob.
thanks
It's
for
always a
coming.
pleasure to have you on, man.
Yeah, Nick,
So
thanks for
hello,
hosting.
hello, Alita
Not a
Zeta
problem, man.
Bye.
I'm always happy to kind of help out the community the best I can, and this is one way to do it. And thank you very much for popping in, by the way.
Stay out
Yeah,
of trouble, you,
You guys
crazy
take
kid.
care.
Take care,
What's
brother.
that?
I said, stay
Or
out of
else.
trouble, you crazy kid.
Yeah, he's not going to do that.
Not a chance.
Fun on the Discords.
Well, at least he doesn't waver. He's like, nah, I'm gonna call.
He's like,
I'm gonna do my thing.
You all right, Carl? You
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine. I just played with my camera.
I thought you were expanding
Are you
like
okay,
Mario,
Carl?
like Super Mario. I
Carl,
thought-
are you okay?
Did you eat a mushroom? Did you grow? What was that?
Just moving my camera, tilting it.
Super Carl.
I can't leave.
Me
Carl
too. I
like
moved
that
my
too long.
camera. Is this cool?
He will give everybody motion sickness. So we did have one last topic that we had not gotten
Oh, this
to.
is the end of the show. Sorry.
I feel bad.
Well, this can go anywhere we want to take it. It doesn't matter to me.
It goes
Yeah.
3
Runs it
minutes or
runs.
10 hours, either way.
Yeah, it could go 8 minutes. It could go like 4 or 5, 6 hours,
You
whenever we
stay
get bored.
sober or you get trashed. It's
Either
one or the other, always.
This on the stream tonight. I'll admit.
Sober. Go on.
Okay. Wait a minute. Hold on. Carl's got to do a solo. Here we go.
No.
Sing it, Carl. Sing it, Carl.
Damn it.
Sorry.
Got it
Okay.
going. That was a good.
So
pickup
this
there,
topic came from Carl on how will the Amico start to evolve or possibly create new game genres.
Well, I was just kind of thinking like they're going to have Cloudy Mountain, and that's more or less considered a role-playing game. So I'm just kind of curious what is going to come of like role-playing games, for example, or platformers or what have you, with the Amico.
Well, I think
I am also curious about that.
Yeah.
I think
I
go
would-
ahead. Sorry.
No, who? What?
No, you go.
No, please,
Fuck
please.
you, I'm going.
No, I was just going to say, I think
Someone
Darn it! I was just going to say real quick that I think that once the launch happens and they see what how the public receives it and what's working, what's not working, I think that's when they're going to teeter more towards, hey, a ton of hardcores really love this and maybe it's worth us to do an RPG. Or it ends up being, the super casual person that wants the party games and the board games, and then they're going to teeter more towards that, just like any company. So I think maybe
and loot boxes.
we'd see RPGs more if there's a really good want for them,
I'm just glad we worked in the word teeter to this conversation.
Yeah, I feel like it's an underused word.
Teeters wildly.
Teeter-totter.
I just hope that I don't know if there's like going to be. I'm hoping there's like a big evolution, but I'm just hoping that some of these indie game developers for like homages to old games consider doing more 2-player couch co-op to think of Amico down the line, really just to get back to basics and stuff. Because really, that's not. I mean, there is some in the indie, but not as much as you'd like. I just like that everything, even the shmup, is a 2-player. Retro Force Redux, and they added that. I just like seeing that kind of stuff. And I didn't buy it. I know everyone says that I could buy it now, but I didn't buy it because I'm waiting for the Amico for that. And I like that there's 2-player. Maybe my wife will finally play shmup with me if she could be the second player.
You know how you force the issue is it, and I love in television for this, is that you put restrictions that developers have to abide by. If you give them, here's the tools, make the greatest game you've ever made and make the greatest graphics and pour all of your resources into making the most resource intense, spectacular visual spectacle anyone has ever seen, and let's make that into a game. And it feels like a movie at times, but other times it feels like a game, and you can do some things, and you're doing a lot of management and stuff with your resources and your skill trees and all this stuff. Stop going in that direction.
I want to play I'm sorry.
But you have a screen on your controller. The other guys aren't doing that. You have lights that interact with you. The other guys aren't doing that. You say, I want to make every game a multiplayer experience. We can do 8 players and there's no difficulties. There's difficulties if you try to do 8 players on the Switch or the Xbox or PlayStation. You can't necessarily do a multiplayer game at that level without running into some hiccups. The Xbox is going to drop if you try to do everybody on Bluetooth. The Switch, you can only do so much, and you've got to pair your Joy-Cons.
I didn't know that.
Sony, you can't. With this system, they are building it as a party machine. So I think you might see some approach if this gets enough momentum that they can look at some bigger licenses and some things that are like, okay, we've done these reissues of older Intellivision licenses. What about some of these games that are also orphan, that are a little bit more expensive, that, okay, we've seen, what Prince of Persia looks like now. Let's go back to the original Prince of Persia. What if we try to do something where we have like 8 people or 4 people trying to do things and on a platformer and building the platform, or kind of setting up for each other, and it's a race, but it's not a race. It's cooperative, but it's competitive. You think about things in different ways. And I think that's what this system can excel at. Is it's not a Switch, it's not a PlayStation, it's not an Xbox, it's not a system that's going to give you normal games. It's going to really excel when those games get kind of outside of what we expect from gaming companies, when they try and make something that is for a bunch of people to sit around and play and think about, who's the bad guy in my group? Who's screwing me over? Or who do I need to team up with and help? How do I form an alliance with an alliance in my living room, and how long does it last, and what do I do to like break that, and how do they know that I've broken it? It's like a social experience that you don't necessarily get with a lot of other games. And I think that is how, when you start to apply it to some of these other genres, just thinking about that, you can start to change what a normal platformer looks like. I mean, you see things like normal games like Fall Guys and stuff, you kind of tweak something and it makes a big difference. But with this system, I think you have a lot of avenues.
Even the smallest,
Somebody
simplest.
isn't playing Among Us.
I mean, but and even just the smallest tweak into the paradigm of starting to bring back things like Max was saying, couch co-op, right? Could start a trend of other companies starting to do it on other systems, which is a good thing because it's something it's kind of slowly started to make a comeback, but not as much as it was when we were younger, right? Because that was the main way you played it, because we didn't have systems with the capability of going online. Yeah. But there's something to be said for that kind of experience, or even just like, even a lot of times I'll go over to a buddy's house and we'll just hand the controller back and forth for different sections of the game. And we'll just talk and laugh and talk about what we're doing in the game, what we're enjoying, what we did that week. And that to me is a great experience in and of itself.
It's funny you said that. You know, back in the day, you remember that game ActRaiser? You remember that?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
Me and my brother did that. Like, he played the little city things, and I would play the action sequences.
Mm-hmm.
Amico could definitely bring something like that to a lot of games that you wouldn't traditionally think of as being like a multiplayer type game. By the way, Nick, I want to apologize for completely derailing the show. I noticed at one point you had like topics, and you were like kind of pretty good about sticking to things, kind of moving us along.
I'd say we're staying on track. I say we're staying on track.
Honestly, to fill the 2 hours, I figured we would derail, and so I'm just kind of letting things derail and then occasionally pulling them back in. But we do have some questions.
Don't worry about that.
And we have a really good one from Born here. What will be the top 3 genres for Amico?
Porn, for one. That's number one.
Oh, wow.
Well, I mean, that's what the internet's
porn
for.
And softcore porn.
What?
Hardcore,
and
softcore.
Francis put up his suggestions on here: Mystery Game, Action Multiplayer, and Action Game RPG, which I could see all 3 of these working really well. Calamity already kind of hits that third one. A Mystery Game, like you could do something like Clue or something like that on there. That would be pretty amazing. And an Action Multiplayer, well, we've already got some of those with like the Tanks game and Biplanes and stuff like that too. So I think that's already a good fit. Just off the top. Are there any others you guys think?
I think the board games. Oh, go ahead.
Go on. I was just going to say, I think board games, platformers, and possibly action role-playing games.
I think party games. Like, I did a whole video on this. Like, I think like the stuff like Bomb Squad. Is and if they do more games like that where everybody has a controller, just the family get-togethers, the holidays, the birthdays, like I said before, the kids go to bed, the adults are taking that out and playing with that. Everybody has something to do on their screen, let alone just like the board games and the card games and all those other stuff. I think that is going to be the system seller. I think people are going to buy a lot of that because of Bomb Squad and stuff, interactive games like that. Oh, Safecracker, another one. Perfect.
And what about that?
I'm definitely interested in Bomb Squad and Safecracker.
Haven't seen anything on.
What? Oh, Back Talk Party you're talking about? Yeah, that, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think any of those type of, I guess we could call them party games because they're kind of just sit down, pull them out at a get together. But to me, that's going to, I mean, when this thing releases, like I got my arcade thing here and I have parties. And I'm going to have quite a few friends over to just everybody grabs a controller. I'm going to have a couple of Amicos. So I'll have what 6 controllers when I have 3 Amicos.
This is actually kind of an awesome idea from Mr. Shua.
Yes.
Love to see again Final Fantasy Tactics. And I like this idea because you could each have your own little squad.
Yeah.
And you could either do it cooperatively as 2 separate teams trying to work against the other teams, or just like versus, and whoever commands their squad the best would be like the winner kind of thing. I think that's actually a really cool idea.
This is the potential for what's possible. Like right now, the Amico's launching with very simplistic games for, the family and, for a party to enjoy. If the system does reasonably well, there's a huge potential for more advanced games,
that you can take chances on.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think that's one of the big advantages of this system is because it doesn't have like Nintendo's history or Sony's history or anything like that. It's only got its own television history, which it doesn't have to adhere to as much because it's not been as active. It can take a lot of chances, and indie developers can feel more free to bring something to them that Nintendo or Sony might go, nah, we're not going to mess with that. Something that might get buried on Steam, but would thrive here.
Well, my thing is take your licenses and do something different, like Night Stalker, the RPG, Astro Smash, Versus, where some people are the alien, some people are the,
that's a good one.
You should talk to Tommy about that.
There's a huge potential for just take your license and keep the base of what the game was, but do something new. You know how like Mario, they do this with Mario all the time, right? For Nintendo, they got the Mario Tennis, the Mario Golf, all this different stuff. Do something like that, like take the Running Man from a television and make a track and field running game or something, do
Put
something.
him in Smash TV.
Yeah. Okay.
You can't even call it Running Man.
That's Carl is correct again.
Featuring Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I don't. But you could. That would be interesting to see if we get the license for that.
We had to bulk up the sick man a little bit, widen the shoulders a little,
Just have Arnold tell a bunch of jokes, like, oh, I'm not as young as I used to be.
I'm not as young as I used to be.
Exactly.
Why am I all pixelated? What is going on?
We're about to win this game. It's going to be the greatest win of all time. And all
running really well, though. I run very well. That was terrible. Anyways,
what was that?
I don't even know where
that
changed many.
It was Dolph Lundgren. I don't know.
Then they don't turn the system off, and the little pixel guy's head goes.
I think. What is Cloudy Mountain? Is it up to 8 players on that one?
No,
I'm not sure.
Or is that only 4?
Three.
Is it 3?
3?
They tried 4 when it didn't really work with people trying to go in different directions, so they put it down to 3.
That would be cool if there was if there was a way to do like a link up, like someone has 2 Amicos and you hook up 2 Amicos together, play on 2 separate TVs, each have a team of 3, like trying to find a certain thing, and oh my god, that would be just endless.
Or
right there.
You have 2 Amicos that transform and form a larger Amico that I don't know.
And I'll form the head.
Yeah.
Constructicon Amigos.
I'm going to be Sven and just disappear after 2 episodes.
Give me Computron, thank you very much.
How's that PS5, Max? How's it going?
Oh, I'm not playing.
Oh, we're all 5.
I'm going off because all the stuff dropped about the PS3. So I've been doing this series that no one's really watching my. No one's really watching. You ever do something? You're like, this is gonna be interesting. No one watches it.
That's the one.
That's like over half my channel, Max.
That's the classic thing for every
got
YouTuber.
10 views.
But I'm going back. I'm going back and getting games for the PS3 that I didn't get, and some of them are really expensive. Like I talked to Nick before. I bought Into the Nexus for almost $65.
He didn't even wait on my answer. I talked to him the very next day, and he's like, "Oh, I already bought it."
I'm gonna be honest, guys. I love Max. He is so cool. He's like the friend I always wish I had. That
you guys are my real friends here. Yeah, I got to get DJC on the shows someday and Captain too. I haven't reached out to you guys yet.
Yeah,
this isn't Amico related, but if anyone's PlayStation, I know Nick likes PlayStation. And
I love PlayStation.
Okay. Cool, Captain. And we might have a special guest. We might have Mr. Rightway on Sunday, and I'm trying to do more guests. That's a lot of fun meeting new people. We had a lot of fun last week.
I kind of wanted to. The thing is about that whole PlayStation 3 and 4 battery mess. CMOS batteries don't. I know I'm going to deviate, but bear with me. CMOS batteries have a lifespan of 10 years or greater.
Well, that's not even what I'm worried about. They reversed their decision on the store, but pretty much the developers said, even though we were working on a game, we can't release a new game on the store after this date anyway. And then you think about the developers that already were going to remove their stuff on that date. stuff's just going to start to, it already has disappeared. Like there's games there that I bought like 2 weeks ago, like Gaia Seed. Is a great shmup for PS1. It's like $300, and in European region, they already took it off. So that's very likely that you're going to have a store with very little on the shelves.
That is a reason to worry about, but the whole battery nonsense is not a reason to worry about.
Well, not yet.
You have time.
Yeah.
You know,
the mod community.
We knew this was going to happen, though. I mean,
I'm not shocked.
Licensing is like that for everything. I mean, it's not. This isn't a PlayStation problem. This is a digital rights problem.
You're right.
Transformers Devastation, for example, I'm almost certain that got removed from the PlayStation 4 store.
Yeah, and it's even hard to find a physical release of that or the Turtles game at this point that they released. Not that they were amazing games, but DuckTales got removed and then re-added, at least on Steam.
I'm going to make a list of games I want, like really want bad. I'm not trying to collect the whole thing, just games I want. Like one I slept on was Puppeteer, and that one's real expensive now. I might do some game hunting. Honestly, that's what I was gonna get to as well. I might go back to. I've also been watching Retro Rick's channel or something. I think it's
Retro. Whatever you do, Max, don't tell me what you see there. I don't want to hear it.
No.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Yeah, no. I messaged him. I'm like, do you need any of these?
No, I don't, and I don't want to hear.
Yeah. I get it.
So, Max, to derail even further, just because we had talked about it like this past weekend, I did go through and watch all of Jupiter's Legacy, and I just finished Invincible as well.
Oh, okay. I didn't finish Jupiter's Legacy yet. I like the beginning. And then the middle episodes are kind of losing me, and I have to finish. Does it give a good, strong ending? Not to give spoilers, but
it's not too bad. I don't think it's as good as like The Boys Are Invincible, but it's a solid watch. I liked it.
Everyone dies. No, I don't have one.
Well, I really like the beginning of the show, and then it's just like
it's got a pretty cool twist at the end.
Okay,
let's just put it that way. I'm not going to say any more than that.
They're all gay. Everyone's gay.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, and Bad Batch is also awesome. We're not going to go too much into movies because this is more of a gaming focused thing. Now, we haven't done any more modern gaming topics. Is there anything like new or anything coming out that you guys are kind of excited about on the gaming front or anything like that?
Mass Effect Legendary Edition. I'm going to try and recreate Saggy as Commander Shepard.
I just picked up a Switch game called Tesla Grad. I don't know if anyone's familiar with it.
Vaguely heard of it.
I saw it online.
I gotta watch your video really Chaos Taxi, by the way. That one reminds me of like Crazy Taxi.
Chaos Taxi. Or it's actually, see, I did the same thing. It's called Taxi Chaos. I kept calling it Chaos Taxi, as in Crazy Taxi. But it was, you check out the video. I could pretty much sum it up in a few words. It's kind of a Crazy Taxi remake or sequel, but I don't know. I was a little disappointed in that it wouldn't let you really explore too much. Like if you went to try to jump into the lake, it would you just like end up back on the street. And I'd be like, well, that's kind of lame.
Phased you back.
I mean, I wasn't expecting Grand Theft Auto world exploration, but I was, look, I'm thinking it's a new game. Let's expand a little bit. But it's fun. It's a good pick up and play fun. Pick up the people, take them where they're going to go. Don't piss them off.
Is it? I heard it was expensive. Like
I know. I think I only paid like $30, maybe less. I can't remember if I got it.
That's not too bad.
Or maybe it was 20, but I can't remember. I got it on Amazon. I'd have to look.
Oh,
that's not bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, I got it new, but I mean, it was. I'm sure it was cheaper. I'm sure it was like $15-$20 or something, and if it was used or open, but.
Yeah, PS3 emulation has come a long way. They're getting there. Sony could do it, man. They could do it. You know what I'm talking about.
Well, I hope they have some announcement like that. They're really gonna.
They don't give a shit.
They don't.
And that's the big problem though, and Max, me and you've talked about this, because of the way they've done their architecture, they dug themselves a hole that now they have to dig themselves out of to emulate it properly, and they just don't see the financial benefit for it. So it's not that they can't do it; it's just that they don't see the return being there, and so they don't want to bother.
Microsoft, they got themselves in such a bad spot that they had to do something to win people back over and to guarantee people that they cared about, like, their legacy and everything, as far as what, the longevity of the console and everything. So Microsoft put a huge amount of resources into developing that backwards compatibility, and Sony just doesn't give a shit. Like they did their thing for PS1, PS2, and PS3. They cared about it then, yes. But you're right, Nick. You're absolutely right. The architecture of the PS3 was, I mean, come on. It's a nightmare. It's insane.
Even the PS2s was a nightmare.
You're right. And that's why they put a physical PS2 in those first PS3s, right?
That's what I have.
Which I have too. Yeah.
Oh, they still run.
Does anybody know what's going on with this with the thing from Bourne? Donkey Kong? What Donkey Kong rumor?
I'd love to hear what that is.
Look, those rumors have never been substantiated. We refuse to repeat them here. You will never hear us.
Those videos were doctored.
Yeah.
Confess, I.
You'll never. We all have heard.
No, I know what he's talking about.
They were talking about this in Austin.
I saw mention.
Wait, Carl. You can reveal you can reveal the source of this information as soon as I'm done explaining it to the general public who's not aware the Donkey Kong rumor that's been perpetuated and repeated repeatedly over and over by the anti-Donkey Kong crowd, the crowd that has spread their liberal lies from here and across the country, across the United States, except for, of course, the Northeast, which they
all 5 of them.
But everybody else in the country. All the flyover states, we all give a shit about this because it's all very important. Donkey Kong's actually there trying to take over the world, trying to conquer the world. I don't remember what the hell was I even talking about in the first week before I started talking like Alex Jones. I can't remember.
I remember hearing I remember seeing something mentioned about Donkey Kong on YouTube somewhere, but I never really checked the video out.
Yeah,
but there is some kind of video.
Like, what are you talking about?
I don't know. I never checked out the video. I just remember seeing brief information about Donkey Kong.
Born.
The truth is, the Amico search adult title is really named Conky Dong.
Conky Dong.
That's perfect.
I think we had Conky Dong on the stream a couple of times.
We did.
Nothing like a little Conky Dong.
That was not Conky. That was cutesy. That was cutesy dong.
Cutesy. Oh my! Look at this little cutesy dong. It makes me feel funny.
It's a ditty.
The itty bitty teeny committee.
It's a cheetah. It's a little cheetah.
I'm still kind of curious. Go ahead, DJ. Sorry.
I was gonna say, are any of you guys familiar with the 3DO game Way of the Warrior?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever done the cheats where you turn them small and then they shout something? So when you do Crimson Glory, she goes, Little Crimson. And every time someone says something small, I'm always think of Little Crimson.
Oh,
I got you now. Anyways. Had to say that, right?
Go ahead. I love having Chuck on the show.
When you do that voice, who does he sound like when he does that? Do that voice again.
Oh, you mean the Little Crimson?
What does he sound like?
Hanky the Christmas poo.
There you
go.
Ready to beat your ass. And a little bit like Tally, but yeah.
Let's be honest, it's not that much difference,
Hey, they're all pretty much all high, squeaky voices.
And I mean, who doesn't use it? No, never mind. That's going on.
Go on, just say it.
No.
No, I mean, I'm looking forward to Mass Effect because I never really finished the third one. I beat the first 2, so I'm looking forward to that coming out. I'm really looking forward to Ratchet and Clank. As much as I've kind of bagged on Returnal a little bit, I kind of want to try it, but I'm a little leery about jumping into that because of the time commitment, right? And I know that's been a lot of people saying it because some of the runs can last hour and a half, 2 hours, 3 hours.
I'm waiting on that one. I see people selling it after a few months. I see it.
Yeah. So
it looks good.
Yeah.
I've been doing my pre-orders for limited run and stuff's killing me this week.
They have been killing it in general.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
That's great.
It's coming out. I don't know which one I want to go for. I'm going to get one of them. I'm not sure.
When we're available.
They got you, Max. They got you.
Yeah. And I got what I like a game developer, NG Dev Team.
I've heard of them.
They do they actually still make Neo Geo carts in this day and age.
Interesting. We got Todd's attention,
games,
even though he's sold.
They like
sold
have
is Neo Geo.
they have like Gun Lord. You ever heard that game? They have another. They have a shmup coming out that I have to pre-order this week too. So
I'll
I
have
don't
to check
know.
that out. Another shoot 'em up. That'd be awesome.
But it's like like Pulse Star or Blazing Star. Those those Neo Geo games. It's sort of like that.
What kind of Brando? Like, what are you talking about?
I really don't.
I feel like we need to hear this Marlon Brando now.
Is it the old Brando?
Hi, I'm Marlon Brando.
Fantastic.
Exactly like him.
Yeah,
It's like,
like
if Ryan
82
Reynolds,
Academy Awards.
It's
right
like
now.
if Ryan Reynolds played Marlon Brando in a movie about Marlon Brando, being played by Ryan
It plays
Reynolds.
a movie
Boy, am I
about
thirsty.
Marlon Brando.
While wearing his Daredevil mask.
Yeah.
It's just terrible when people sell out.
What is this? Wayne's World?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Get yours never.
Some people sell out.
I never
and you just
liked
keep that
Wayne's
to the
World.
You never liked Wayne's World? Really?
No.
There's
Oh.
a lot of people's girlfriends in here. Great Wayne's World line.
Oh, I see.
You want me to say
My
what?
girlfriend's in there.
You want me to say what? That was the second one. That was Wayne's
Right.
World 2. God, Wayne's World 2 is fucking hilarious. Although
I thought the first one was really good too. I'll be
well, the
honest.
They're
second
both
one has some stuff I
fantastic.
don't think you could do today because
The second one was the Jim Morrison thing, and then the Naked Indian, and then they had the Aerosmith playing the concert at the end. That one was good too. I loved them both.
I was thinking more the kung fu, very well, if that is your custom, and all that. You can't really, today they would be like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is
I actually have? I am getting some Tab.
I have a question for DJC Game Stews. You really like Tab? I never really had Tab. I don't get the Tab.
I've always loved it, and
don't get
and it's every time I do see it at the store, every once in a great while. I don't drink a lot of pop, but that's obviously like a sugar free, and it doesn't really throw any pounds on you. But it's like super sweet with the artificial sweetener they use, which is saccharin.
Yeah.
Saccharin, kids, get it today. And
I know
but
Tab. I just never really had it.
And then all of a sudden, Coke announced that they're discontinuing it at the beginning of this year, and I was like, "What?"
A few times. Haven't they done that?
They tried to, but like there's a bunch of insane fans out there.
Yeah.
No, but there's a bunch of fans out there that like petition so that never happened. But because of COVID, they cut like 5 big brands, and Tab that they've manufactured since 1963 is now discontinued.
Again,
there's like
you're stocking up.
I've had a girlfriend of mine that has brought me. She's bought me 6 cases so far. The other 3 I have yet to pick up because they're little ways from me.
Talking about the case or the girlfriend? You said a girlfriend, then you said 3.
Oh no, 3 cases of the Tab.
Okay.
Max is all like, "Wow,
you keep one near every distribution
I
center."
have a girlfriend for every case. No,
there's like one angry fan who's mad that they discontinued Tab, and he's right here in the chat.
Oh, that's right. Angry Tab fan.
Well,
DJ.
I mean,
The
you can still get it on Amazon. You can still get it on eBay.
Joining us tonight on the broadcast, the angry
about
Tab
that.
fan, DJC Game
So I
Studio.
should go stock some up and resell them.
Really, people. I mean, eventually, the thing is that the expiration date on the last ones, I believe, was May, and then you got so many. But this is a thing.
It gets better with age.
We'll go back into games in about 2 seconds because I know that's what we're supposed to be on. But the thing is, they say that the expiration date is in May of this year, but it's supposed to start losing its carbonation around August, September. But I'm like, dude, I've had like a can of 7-Up in the back of my fridge one time, many years ago, many moons ago. That's lasted for like 2 years, and I'm like, whoa, I forgot about this, and cracked it open, and it was still fizzy. So I think that it might last a few more years, where it's drinkable.
Just get yourself a Soda Stream and.
I've seen
But
zombie.
they have a Tab flavoring. They don't.
I've seen zombie movies where they have cans of Coke and they're still good, and obviously the zombie apocalypse happened like a long time
Obviously,
ago.
that's real.
So that's all the proof I need.
There you go. Twinkies as well. Even though they expire in like 6 months, everybody thinks they're going to last forever.
Well, maybe they will. Okay, you don't know.
You don't. Zombieland is anything. It's true.
Exactly.
All you Amico fans think you know everything.
Damn it.
So, Nick, if you're going to get Mass Effect Legendary Edition, we got to compare Shepherds.
We may do that. I don't know which platform I'm going to buy it on. I know a buddy of mine wanted to play it with me.
Tab RPG. I just saw that.
Hold on, that needs to be on there. There we go. There we go.
Oh.
Also produced by DJC Game Studios.
To seek the royal tab can.
We need
No.
a tab.
Take this. You'll need it on your journey.
We need like an Enter the Gungan, only it's a tab can instead of like, a bullet casing.
No, it's got to be one of those like it's got to be one of those cheap mobile games where it's just like DJC like have to pull out the little pins from like a little escape room before the lava falls on his creative tab.
Instead, it's like
What he does
sweetener.
is he shakes a tab can and then opens it up at enemies.
You know what?
If you can pull one of those
Applies
two
like
pins,
guns.
you might be a genius.
You know what? I just remember the last time I had a tab. You know how long it's been since I had a tab?
1963.
Well, no, it's not been that
Oh my
long.
god.
That would have been numbers that don't add up. No, that
Or maybe they do.
this is how long it's been.
Dun dun dun.
This is how long it's been since I had a tab, and I just remembered since you've mentioned this. I opened the can, and the tab comes off the can.
Oh man,
Like the
pull
old
tab.
early 80s, 70s, yeah.
That's why I thought it was called tab when I was a kid because
The teardrop.
I forgot what it stands. I have to look it up again.
Hey.
It stands for something.
Terrible at branding.
No, it's something beverage. It's like totally awesome beverage. No, I don't know. Something like that.
Max, you should start looking for tab at the retro store. They might have it there.
Yeah.
Tab. It's the new thing. Kids.
I feel
Look
like
it
we
up.
lost Max. Max is our editor
No,
for this stream.
I'm trying to find it's. I came back to the internet. I'm trying to do a movie talk tonight, and I'm trying to find topics. There's not a lot.
The reason he doesn't put his camera on is so we won't have to watch him going like this every time we say something.
Oh, well, I mean, I could put it on with the tradition, Amico After Dark. No,
It's like,
I'm actually
I think I'm going to collect tab. Yeah,
Well, I mean,
that's a good idea.
that's more the Friday. That's more Retro Bros Friday open stream than After Dark.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, those get crazy, right?
I'm just chilling after getting the vaccine and dinner, and we started watching a movie, and then we on Netflix.
You get the vaccine today, right?
I normally had my vaccine after dinner. I'm just saying.
You had the vaccine today, right? Not yesterday.
Tonight.
This is your
tonight.
second one.
Yeah.
It's gonna rock your world.
Oh, thanks, Captain.
Have you seen the evil clowns yet? Have you gotten to that point?
Well, I am here. Yes. No.
I was perfectly fine.
Look, those clowns are not evil. They just look different. Okay.
And then I'm debating on whether
It's
I
the
want to go
pink
to the movie
elephant you got to
theater
worry about.
this
They do
weekend
poke
to
you in the
see-
ribs, but that's
Oh,
completely
dude,
normal.
we
with
went to
the
the-
vaccine.
Dude, we went to the movie theaters to see Mortal Kombat, and we were literally, besides two other people, the only ones in that theater room.
Mhm. So I'm thinking about going see Army of the Dead this weekend, or maybe just wait till next weekend.
Oh,
Why have I
that
not
trailer was
seen- I'm gonna-
amazing.
I have to check that trailer out.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome. Which Amico
You've
is
never
everyone getting?
seen the trailer?
All of them.
The Intellivision Amico. That's the one we're getting. Duh.
We're getting the one that plays Amico games.
Which Amico are you getting? The one
I'm
that's a
sorry,
video
Martin.
game.
Well, seeing Army
I
of the
do have
Dead,
a Amico related question. So we'll open every box, had a picture of the patch. So the 2021's on there. So things are rolling. What are we gonna have to?
Yeah.
We bring out the
That patch. I'm like, oh, it's on a patch.
Which
Not a
Amico
DVD,
is?
What is
Oh,
it?
he has no pants.
Oh my goodness! You have a puppet
But
too.
he's
There we
built
go.
like a
It's an
cat.
official
He's
retro
pen
bro stream.
down, so it's cool.
Okay,
Nice handles,
so
though.
someone was asking which Amico are we getting. Now,
Yeah.
out of full disclosure, I canceled my pre-order for the Galaxy Purple. I want to get the black one.
Get him out of this show. What the hell?
It's
You can't do that. You're
$50.
done.
It's
Bye,
$50
Captain.
cheaper.
Cheaper.
I'm gonna
What
get
kind of
one.
gamer are you?
Wow.
Cheaper.
Carl's
You
not.
get them all. You just add on. You don't
You
delete.
you said I'm changed my color because it's cheaper. God damn
Carl's
it!
wrong answer.
Yeah,
Carl's
it
not
looks
correct.
like
It's
it's
like
a.
$50.
Yeah, I did. I mean, I got to think with my wallet at times,
Hold on,
Getting
hold
the
on, hold
Amico
on.
Pro X. That's funny.
I'm so disappointed.
Nah, I'm afraid I might get.
Sorry,
I don't know
man.
StreamYard. I don't know if I hit remove on Carl Foot, actually kick him completely out of stream, or just put him backstage. No, I want to kick him completely out. I
have the wood.
because it'd be funny.
I have the wood grain and the purple.
Really?
Yeah, there you go.
Really?
I actually
would
want to
get
get
the.
But I didn't get the founders because I was sold out by the time I got there.
the tab version.
I have the wood grain, the white, and the purple. I'm holding off on the black after
Why?
lunch.
Why?
It's not going anywhere.
Oh.
Yeah, that's true. The black and the white will be the basic ones in the store. I really want to get the GTO red, but then I'm also probably going to order the purple. But right now I got the VIP wood grain and the black, graphite black.
I think you can order the wood grain. You just don't get it. You don't get the founder stuff. I think you can still order it, can you?
Well, the VIP, I got VIP, not founders, but it comes with I think the card and a couple other things. And
The thing about the Galaxy Purple one for me is I really need a contrast, and I can see the whites and the blacks of the black one, so that's one of the reasons I like it.
The black one looks really cool. Yeah, the black one.
It looks really sharp. Yeah,
the black one gives me like Tron vibes, which I kind of really like.
And now we found out that you can actually change the colors and set them how you want them to be when it's sitting there. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna have the wood grain one. That's the one I pre-ordered, but I want to get a black one also. I think, and I got to buy one for my mom too. So I don't know which one I'm gonna get her. Maybe I'll let her. I'm gonna ask her which one she wants.
Whenever the red comes out, I think that's what I'm gonna order for some my friends, and my mom will probably play one too. So
the red one. That's
I kind of want to pick up two of them. I just want to get one for the house and I want to get one for my mom. Particularly,
honestly, everyone's gonna buy one for their mom. I was thinking about
not me.
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time justifying paying $50 extra just for a different color and a $25 gift card.
Yeah. Well, it's only 25 extra, Carl.
Well, I mean, he makes a point. He doesn't need that extra card, and I get what you're saying, right? I mean, I understand what you mean by that.
I mean, it's like $300 as opposed to the $250.
It is 9:00 my time, Ryan, and I hadn't had dinner yet. So,
shit,
I haven't eaten at all.
You haven't eaten?
Nick gets hangry.
Just fix some roadkill stew.
Nick gets really hangry.
He hasn't been himself. That's really retro, bro.
Just fix some
Snickers.
Yeah, retro bro got downgraded to geese with cash.
Sai's getting the Calico version.
He's getting the Calico version.
Oh, I thought he said the Calico version.
I think it's Calico.
Calico.
That's a funny joke.
That's funny.
The Calico cat.
I want the Tabby version.
Yeah.
I did a fake commercial for a console called the Calico Cat a long time ago.
Oh, no.
Apparently, I now need to start drinking Tab.
Yeah, that's what he's referring to.
Tab is for sissies. Everyone knows that.
He's just trying to get us to talk about OLEDs again. That's everything.
You know what? I was shocked. Born has not said anything about OLEDs this whole stream since he popped in.
He almost did. There was something he said earlier that almost led into that, and I was like, I know where this is headed. And then he didn't say anything about it, and I was like,
I am just way too cheap to buy an OLED TV.
I think we got someone backstage.
Do we? Uh-oh.
He's got a very sweet message.
I'm in the shower. Listen, I go in the shower. He lets me in right away, right? I join in my dining room, apparently. Some people think I'm in my dining room.
Well, the shower scene was more exciting than just seeing you standing there. I mean, come on.
Look, he's in his basement.
Uh-oh.
Not his mom's basement. His
That
own
was
basement.
such a nice message you left, Retro Bro, in the private chat.
What's that?
That's a nice message you left in the private chat.
You like that?
I'm like, why do we have a private? And I'm like, somebody wants it.
Hey, I was busy eating dinner.
It's all right.
I missed most of the stream because I was with my wife, and then I came down here to do some work. I saw you guys are still streaming. I'm like, oh fuck it, I'll jump in real quick.
So John, how does it feel to have been run off the internet by your haters?
Oh, dude, yeah, that's exactly what happened. You know what? They buried me. Apparently, they put me in my place. I am no longer the retro. I saw
one person with a Sharpie with a goatee. I don't know what the hell.
Dude, I made a 4.5 minute video driving home from the fucking gym, and the internet just explodes. Just fucking.
And that's
they nut themselves all over their fucking YouTube channels. It's ridiculous, man.
I'm glad some of those were a little funny, not a lot funny, but
a couple of them were. I watched a couple.
They weren't. It wasn't that bad. It
Sadly
was
funny.
Yeah,
you should react to them.
No, I don't care.
Watching those I don't know.
I've been like extremely busy. That's why I didn't host tonight. So Nick, thank you for doing this. I appreciate it.
No, it's a lot of fun, man. We don't have the same.
Fantastic.
We don't have the same crowd that we have when we're on your channel. It's not quite as bad.
Well, you guys,
but it's been a fun crowd.
a few times. It looked like you had a consistent crowd, so that's good.
No, it's been a pretty good crowd, man. The crowd we've had has been really, really good. Everybody's contributed quite a lot. It's been cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we've moved on to some modern gaming topics, which I know you kind of checked out on for the most part, at least right now, until things kind of pick up.
George says now
I want to get the new Resident Evil, man, but I just haven't had the time to play it.
I got to pick that up too.
That one I'd love to get too.
I'm so not interested.
I mean, I'll just wait till it gets cheap. They always get cheap.
Well, you could always go watch Staggy's stream. I think she finished the game.
Yeah, I kind of.
No, I don't want to watch it. I don't want to get spoiled, man.
Already?
And that's kind of why I stopped watching, because after I watched enough of it, I went, okay, I kind of want to buy this and play it, so I don't want to spoil the rest of the game. I've already spoiled enough of it for myself.
She finished the game, and I was like, already?
Yeah.
Now, is it first person shooter style, or is it like old school, like
it's
top down?
Yeah, it's first person. It's much like RE7 and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be interested. I'd rather like that old school, like the first couple.
That's
I love that. If they kind of redid that style,
Hey, I was talking. I know not everybody. You know what? I don't care who everybody likes. I get along with different people that other people don't. I was talking to Canadian Gamer about this actually.
That's the guy.
I know. Shut up.
I know.
I get along.
What's that guy?
I get along with him. He's all right.
I'm still here.
He's all right with me.
Well, I actually went in one of his streams after his video because, look, dude, listen. And sorry, Cyrus, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Actually, let me get back on camera for this little fucking rant I'm going to do. Look, it's a fucking video game console. If anybody honestly gets that fucking mad, like one guy, by the way, who made about 20 fucking Tommy Tallarico videos in the last I don't know, 5 days. Unless you're that guy, I think we can all kind of be like, hey, this shit's kind of funny. Like Retro Bro driving in his car. No, not you. You've done like 4 videos. This guy's done like 17 in 5 days. But anyways, so I went in there and I was just like, talking to him. And I said, look, dude, no hard feelings. I don't care. I'll never meet you. You're not coming to my funeral. You're not paying my bills. It's fucking funny. You know what I mean? So he seems like an all right guy. I mean, I don't know. But yeah, to me, it's fun because I made that video knowing exactly what was going to happen, but I didn't care, because I can turn my phone off. And I did literally I just posted that video and then I didn't even look at it for I don't know, probably 6 hours. I didn't even look at any of the comments. And then I just went back and I was like, I was taking a shit or something 6 hours later. I'm like, oh, fuck, I should check that video that I put up. Oh, look at all these comments. This is amazing. So,
well, the thing was, you were telling us on the way home, you're like, oh, I'm about to piss a lot of people off. You even said it as much before you even uploaded it.
Yeah. I was all hyped up from fucking pre-workout, dude. I hadn't burned it all off, so I was still going.
The thing though that I want to say, if I could just say, is I think the thing with Canadian Gamer is a good example of how we can all have different opinions about things and even fuck with each other a little bit about stuff, but we don't have to be enemies, right? We can be like, okay, all right, it is what it is. I fuck with you, you fuck with me, whatever. And at the end of the day, we find something in common and whatever. We're still gamers,
That's it. Me and you got beef now, Si. It's on.
Damn it.
It's on.
So, I mean, I have friends all over the place. I've always been like this. I have friends that are on all opposite sides of politics, on opposite sides of every kind of issue. I don't. I have friends like that, and I have friends that hate each other. So if I'm friends with somebody that y'all don't like, I'm sorry. I'm still gonna like my friends, right?
I don't give a shit who you like.
Right.
And I don't care who you like. You like who you like.
And
Right,
it
and
never
I'm
ends once you go down that route. Like, oh, you're friends with him? Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Well, but that's. I just say this because I'm friends with you guys. You guys know that. You guys know I love you guys. And some people might be like, wait a minute, he's like two-faced because he like. I just like different people. You know, everybody has different friends. That's all I want to say. I'm done.
There's no purity test.
I've got friends that all I do is argue with them, and we have a good time doing that. that's like half our relationship is arguing about stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we all argue with you, Nick. Actually.
Yeah, that's how most people interact with me. You're wrong. You're totally wrong. Well, all right.
But so what? We see things differently. Like you might think that beans go in chili, and I know that they don't. But
Don't
that's
start this again.
Just get along.
Don't fucking start, Cyrus.
I thought Texans like beans in their chili.
No. Well,
No,
chili
apparently
with
if
beans.
there's beans in it, then it's not chili.
It's chili
According
with
to some
beans.
people.
New
No, it's
target
fucking
is
chili.
now
It's
captain.
fucking chili. This is absurd, Cyrus.
Damn it! Exposed. 3 videos.
That's
this
not
week.
entirely true because we have a Cincinnati style chili here, and you can
Let's not
have
get
it
into this,
served
Carl.
without beans.
Let's not do this. Trust me. You think I'm bad? I have friends, and you guys know I have friends from Texas that will die on that hill. They will not let that go. It's like their issue.
Well, you know what it is? It's like how Italians are with the sauce versus gravy thing. I think Texans are with the chili beans with no beans. I guess maybe it's a similar thing there. I don't know.
I don't really care, but I have friends that care a lot.
I went to school with someone from Texas who had family in Texas, so I know I kind of understand what you're talking about.
Sai, did I hear you right earlier in the stream? You bought you bought Rayman for the Jaguar?
I don't. Okay, hang on.
That's the one I wanted. If I would have had a Jaguar, that's the one. I love Raymond.
Jaguar.
Hang on, I'll show you what I got.
Jaguar.
Wait. I know how to trigger side. Hold on.
That's an awesome
Jaguar.
game, Si. If you got that, I'm jealous.
Hang on.
Exactly.
It's not what you
this is
think.
the right one.
It's not
Here
what
we
you
go.
think. Hang on.
Ooh, that sounds good. I like chili with pineapples. Throw some ham in there, and then you throw a little sweet baby Ray's barbecue sauce.
You could go in the fucking corner for that, Chuck.
I don't think so.
Let's not
try it,
get
dude.
ridiculous.
You
Okay,
put a
let's
ton of ham
not
in
get
there.
ridiculous.
You get chunks of
Dude,
ham.
my
what's
mom
that?
loves sweet baby Ray's
You have
barbecue
to
sauce.
fucking stream
It's
that,
good.
please, for the love of
That
God.
looks like
stream
that's got
right
like
now.
multiple.
Yeah, I want to
parts
see
in it.
that.
Yes, this is a multi-cart. This guy in Texas
Wow.
makes these. He sells them on eBay. I'm not a promotion. I'm not getting paid. Not a shit. But this guy in Texas makes these, and I bought one from him, and they're actually pretty affordable.
But
especially
can you put more
considering
on the
that
one cart?
I have 4 games on here.
Oh,
I
you
have,
have to switch it. Okay.
yeah, it's got a little knob to switch between them. So
Show.
So it's got Rayman, it's got Ultra Vortex, Atari carts. I almost said Mario Kart, and Power Drive Rally, which are 4 extremely expensive games. That's why I asked for those 4.
I never heard of Atari carts.
Yeah, it's like Mario Karts, but for Jaguar.
So I never owned a Jaguar. Is Rayman actually a game that was on there or no?
It's actually the best version of Rayman.
It was the
is
first
on the Jaguar.
version. It was on Jaguar.
Yeah, I didn't know that at all. Wow.
Jaguar.
So this
I
is
like
where
the Saturn version too. I like the Saturn version probably
Saturn
a little bit better
version-
than the PS1 version.
Honestly, I'm gonna tell you the Saturn version.
PS1's what I remember.
Saturn version is the best version.
I just bought it digitally for $5.99.
Sega's so
on
Do I
PS2
need to
right
point
now.
out this is where the Intellivision Amico like crosses paths with the Coleco Chameleon? We are using a Jaguar shell.
Clico Chameleon. Red, gold, and green.
Hey.
Red, gold, and green.
The Jaguar has been through enough. I told you. Okay, that's pretty funny.
I just saw Kami's comment.
But we're not going to talk about barbecue, are we, Kami? We're not going to get into that discussion.
No. That almost ruined the friendship that one night. The video's on my channel if anyone's really curious.
He says, Yeah, that Texas barbecue, it's all right. But we got, well, I don't remember exactly what he said, but it was like, this Carolina
He said it doesn't
barbecue.
compare to Carolina barbecue.
with beans.
Oh, that's like war. That's starting a war.
Chili with tab sauce. Now that sounds delicious.
I'm for that.
Sounds a little fruity.
I'm trying to eat, Chuck.
Representing Kansas City, we have nobody.
Chili with tab sauce.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. Or tab with chili.
Caramelizes so nice in the pan, and then you pour it in and mix it slowly. The saccharin dissolves around the meat.
Dude, do I have a recipe for you? I present to you soda pop chicken.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, I think I've actually heard of that. Yeah.
You can literally barbecue chicken with tab using that recipe.
There is we have a soda in Michigan called Fago. It's been around forever. I think it's in
we have it here.
Now. Okay. Back in the day, it was like literally just in Michigan, but they have one called Red Pop, which is like a strawberry cake icing flavor. They turned into a pop or soda for the other people.
Thank you.
But anyways, what I would do is I would cook it in a pan and it would caramelize like that, and you could actually use it as like a sauce, and then I'd use that with barbecue sauce. Called it Red Pop Chicken or Red Soda Chicken for everyone else.
Well, the recipe goes like this: you use ketchup. Well, the recipe goes like this: you use a certain amount of ketchup and then a soda pop, and then you basically boil chicken with it.
Boil it?
Yeah, literally over the stove. I did that with hot sauce.
What are you guys eating out there?
I don't know. Now, I've seen these stands where, like, you can, like, the beer chicken or whatnot, they'll have a stand that you can put a chicken on, you put, like, a beer in there, and then you put that over a grill. You could do the same thing with, like, a tab or whatever if you wanted to. And, wow, I lost Rab again. Rab's like, what the hell are you eating now?
I'd rather just drink the beer and then eat the chicken,
After Dark's gonna have a recipe book coming out soon.
Hey, why not? We have everything else, right? So
2 sales.
Anarchist Cookbook, Food Edition.
Tonight on.
Hold on.
Oh, man, I like this.
Chicken, Carl.
Pirate chicken, Carl.
Arr! This is barbecue.
Apparently, Carl eats most of his food boiled.
Barbecue.
Eats most of his food boiled.
I mean, that's basically how it is. You cook it over the stove. That's how it works. It tastes all right.
Oh my god, that's the greatest thing I've ever seen.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
But we were talking about
I'm
games,
not the one who
You
invented the
were, kind of,
recipe,
and then we
folks.
went on to like recipes.
So did you guys have topics tonight, or
We went through 4 topics. We went through 4 topics.
So the chicken and stuff comes up. He's like, "Well, did you guys talk?"
Yeah.
Don't talk about
my
chicken. I
show.
ate too much of it.
Yeah, we went over like the box art, Finnegan Fox. We went over the Founders Edition patch. We went over small companies, advantages and disadvantages of being one.
I like how John
How
shows up
Amico
at the
of all
end. He's
genres.
like, so wow.
And then, special surprise topic, chill.
John comes in at the end.
guys
So
go
tell me
over all
how
the
y'all
notes?
fucked up my car.
Chill topic.
Did y'all?
And then after that, it just kind of went off the rails, and I was kind of happy enough to let it happen.
I appreciate it. I appreciate that.
Don't worry, John. We didn't fuck up the house. Everybody, the toilets aren't clogged
You
up.
may have to clean up a bit, but we
The
will.
We
toilets
totally,
have not
we totally
been.
fucked up the house.
We
Totally did.
promise the toilets have not been cleaned. They're as dirty as they were when you left them.
I know. He's like, oh,
That was a pretty good impression of my thing that I do.
I'm glad you approve.
It's pretty good.
Okay, here's another question before we end the evening, because we have been streaming for a little over 2 hours now. What's the first game that you're going to buy /download for the Amico?
Fuck.
I don't know what's going to be out.
I don't know.
Depends. I
Whatever's
don't
back
know.
to back,
It's
all
going
the-
to be on the console, right? The rest of the ones I want.
Yeah.
So Finnegan
I don't know
Dog
which games are going to be
Tommy's-
available at
that's the first one I'll
launch.
buy.
So
Tommy's been hinting
I
that
don't
some
know.
of the bigger ones are going to possibly be postponed for like Thanksgiving, Christmas, something to kind of,
Is Astro Smash one of the included games?
Yes,
I
Astro
think
Smash
yes.
is included, skiing, Farkle,
Shark
Cornhole,
Shark.
Oh, there's
Shark,
still a sixth
and
one that he hasn't. talked about.
That's
Cornhole.
correct.
Yeah, I just need to
A
know
party game.
what are the games
I'm
coming
playing
out?
Astro Smash first.
Like, when are they coming out? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, if depending on what's on launch, I would say I would do Cloudy Mountain.
Yeah.
What did
I think
they
it's going
John
to
the
depend
host
on the
say?
Cloudy
size of
Mountain.
their.
I think
you know
Cloudy
what,
Mountain is
though?
I
going
would
to
do
be.
Cloudy
Sorry.
I think Cloudy Mountain's going to be holiday. I
It
think they
depends
want
on the
it-
size of their launch. If they have to do a limited launch and only get founders and VIP out because of shortages, then we might not only get like maybe the pack-ins. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a possibility. And honestly, if we look, if it comes out in October, I get my founders edition. I get my pack-ins. Like, I'm happy. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and generally speaking, I think I'm okay with that. And then I have a new console. I have 6 new games. I can go get more controllers. Hopefully they're out as well. And I'm sure they will be, because it won't be as hard to put, controllers to retailers, even if you have to just buy them on the Intellivision website. But, I'm happy with 6 games packed in.
My thing is,
No
like,
other consoles are doing that. So
that
that's
whole
nice.
True.
that whole 30 games at launch thing, I actually don't care. Like, I actually would be happy if there were fewer games, because I just want them to concentrate on, like you said, John, let's get these 6 games done. Let's make
That
sure
makes
this
sense.
console is ready. And then we'll worry about, like, what other else we can bring out, alongside it. And the other thing is, what does launch mean, right? Because
launch window.
yeah, what is that? I don't know what that
First
means.
couple months.
Yeah, I think it means the first couple of months of the console's lifespan.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, that could mean a lot of
Ish.
things, right?
Because there's launch games and then there's launch window games. They usually try to make a little bit of a distinction so you don't expect all those games on day one, right?
I mean, every console that's ever launched has launched with nothing, like very few games. So
Right.
30 is
There's been a couple. The Wii U launched with quite a lot. I think the DS launched with quite a lot.
But you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, for the most
generally-
part. Most part, it's been pretty meager pickings for every console.
I think the Genesis. Well, no, was it the
Super
They do.
Nintendo had 5,
Super
N64 had like
They
2.
do with Nintendo.
two
Yeah.
games, two
Yeah.
games on N64. Yeah.
I think the GameCube probably had like 15.
Didn't the PS2 have a lot? I think the
Yes,
PlayStation 2
PS2
launched
had
a
a
lot.
lot.
of games.
Wii U had about 34. It depends. I mean, Wii U had a couple that were exclusive in Europe, and then it's also launch window.
That's I'm
PS2
just
has
saying,
some really crappy launch games. So like Evergrace, ugh.
yeah,
I mean,
it's true.
Nintendo, the Famicom had 3. So
See, that's what I worry about, though, is like the launch games not being good, because that's also a thing that happens a lot.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I think
So-
Rigid
That's a fair
Force
point.
is going to be launch.
So let's focus.
Is that one going to make launch?
Well, I
But
mean, it's
the-
almost done. He said.
But
so I'm
the way
guessing.
it's always been is a system would launch, and then you'd have months before you got anything. I mean, when the Switch launched, it was like you had 5, 6 games, and then you had to wait like a month to get like 2 more, and then another month for a few more, and then they started pouring in after a few months, kind of. But it took some time to kind of build up to that. It's always been a long wait. This, you're getting the game. You're getting, maybe you get 25, maybe you get 30, but then every 10 days, every week, you get another game or 2.
I understand that that's what we want to do here. I understand Tommy has a lot of ideas, and he's really trying to get everything that he wants to happen. What I'm saying is, if you had to, I wouldn't be mad if we had to like tone it down a little bit here and just
I don't-
focus.
But if they had like 50 games for phase 1 and 50 games for phase 2, a few of those they can move up and kind of like push out a few more to say, oh, okay, we got this, and kind of be launching on all cylinders for the first few months. I don't think the games I don't think they're gonna like get out 25 games and then there'd be like just a lapse, like, okay, now we're only gonna do 2 games for the next month. I don't think that's gonna be the case.
There's no way that they release all 30 games at launch. I think it'll probably be like a few at launch, then more the than games like Cloudy Mountain or Night Stalker during the holidays, etc. That's how I think it's going to end up.
I think it's important for their investors, and not just the people who are invested on Republic, but important that the business model that they can show, okay, we are going to have people coming back to look at this store every week because there's going to be something new. I think that's very important for them to have that working.
I think that's a great way just to churn it, because if you can release like 2-3 games a week, not only does it get you going back to the store to see what's new, you potentially pick up something else that you were on the fence about. You're like, you know what? I'll just pick this up too. And they're cheap enough that you could do that.
Ryan makes another good point. The games for Amico, to be fair, are pretty simplistic. These are not like AAA Xbox games or something. So maybe I worry about stuff. Okay, that's who I am. I worry about things regardless of what it is. And Amico is one of those things I want, so of course I worry about it. So that's where I'm coming from.
You want it to be the best, and having a ton of games is not the biggest deal.
Wants it to be the very best.
I don't need it to be the best, man. I just need it to be fun. Like,
and that's something that like the Wii, any console that gets popular and that has a lot of games will have a lot of like what a lot of people would call duds. The Wii had it, the PS2 had it. People usually refer to it as shovelware, right?
Yeah.
Just something that's thrown on the system. It appeals to a small niche audience because otherwise it probably wouldn't be out there. And there's a small crowd that really digs those, but the majority don't. But it's there and it adds a lot of variety, and in and of itself, kind of adds some value to the console because you can go, "Hey, I have this many games on the console." And that's kind of like a badge of honor, so to speak, of the amount of variety and content that's there for you to be able to partake in.
But there's a big difference between shovelware that is just like the fact that something is popular versus, I mean, those with the Wii or with the NES or some of those systems that really sold a ton, and you had these, games that were coming in, the Atari, they had no business. They weren't vetted. They really did not know what they were doing. They were just going in and trying to put a game out as quickly as they could. I mean, that is not the case with this system. Yes, I could see them having some duds, even though they have everything is going to be a 7 or above, but I don't think you're going to see, some of the stuff you saw on the Wii that was just like Nabisco makes a game.
The thing is that Atari were majorly involved with drugs, so that pretty much explains a lot of their business decisions.
All of their hits, though, as well. I mean,
that's a good point. Once again, Carl, you're correct.
He's not wrong, right?
No, he's not wrong.
If it weren't for drugs, we wouldn't have E.T.
Okay, I gotta go. I was waiting for a good moment to go.
Waiting for a good exit.
I'll just leave on an awkward moment.
If it wasn't for drugs, we wouldn't have ET. Thank you.
Bye.
Max, thanks for popping on, man. We appreciate it.
I'll leave it at an awkward.
See you later.
Thanks, Mac.
Thanks, dude.
Go enjoy those Reese's.
I don't want to hear about what you find at the damn retro store. Don't tell me.
You can tell me if you want. I'll listen.
So we've drawn about 2.5 hours.
Did I show y'all what Max got me? Oh,
no,
I bought it, but I'll show you what. This is why I told him I don't want to know what he finds at the retro store.
Did you get another Neo Geo?
No. Shut up. Hang on. It's in here somewhere.
COVID might just suck.
Did you just catch that?
I literally just caught that. I don't know why I didn't pay.
Hang on. Other box. It's in this one.
And I think there were a lot of drugs at Atari, but I don't see like Ray Kassar doing like hot tub cocaine binges with some developers.
I'm just calling it like I see it.
Oh,
nice.
NBA Jam.
Yeah.
He's on fire. Boom shot Laga.
That's why I said
he's on fire.
I don't want to know. I don't want to hear it. Know nothing about it.
Because you'll end up buying all of it, and there go your first paycheck.
I can't. No. Anyway, guys, great show. Thank you so much.
Does anybody have any last thoughts before we go ahead and call it an evening?
Carl's correct.
Wow. Subscribe to all these panels. Every single person here, please subscribe if you haven't already. They're awesome.
Yep.
DJ, we need more videos about your pinball machines.
Oh, I could do that. I should do another. I've been meaning to do an arcade tour again.
I've been telling you, man, you need to do like some of your work on those as you're working on them. Just go through that process, man. I think that'd go over well.
Yeah, I'm building that Intellivision stand up using old Wizard of War machine. That is, I'm not restoring because it's just too expensive. And I kind of started videotaping. Yeah, I use a VHS now.
Coming to you,
kind of showing the project, as it's going, how I'm fixing some stuff, and how I'm tearing.
Coming to you from DJ Burlesque Pinball.
Rab, when
drugs, peeing, and boil all your food, folks. Oh, what about?
Hey, I'm not the one who came up with that recipe.
I've ever seen, dude.
That's good though. But no, when Rab, when will Rab return to us?
I have a lot of irons in the fire, and it's been very difficult to kind of get over the final hump on many of them. It's hard to record with kids. Now something will come out shortly being kind of relative. Next couple of weeks, I am hoping to get out. I've got a couple things. The 10 Tenets for Intellivision has one that has two that are very close. There's one on the pricing for the Intellivision $250. Is it going to be an issue or not? Kind of an hour-and-a-half dive on one question.
Holy shit.
The Atari Jaguar was $250 when it launched.
So was the Wii. So was a bunch of consoles. It's an issue because people want to make it an issue. Spoiler.
You know how many games came with the Jaguar? One. You know what it was?
Cybermorph.
That's right.
Where did you learn to blow your money at KB?
Yeah, shut up. I don't want. We don't. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I know.
I like Cybermorph. Okay, I do like it.
Stuff in the works. I hope to have one, if not two, videos out over the next month and a half.
I hope so. We miss your stuff, dude.
Yep.
Working on it. Thank you.
Okay, I just wanted to get an answer about that. This is what reporting is really like. Just so you guys know.
Lies. We don't do that here. Fake news.
Everyone agrees.
Fake news.
These are huge channels.
All right, guys. There are too many people for me to call out in the chat. Everybody that came in, thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
Please subscribe, and not only to me, but to everybody else in the panel as well. Everybody here, it's a great group of people. They all do a lot of hard work trying to bring good content out to you guys, and they would appreciate your support very, very much. But
and if you don't subscribe, we'll shave your dogs.
Oh my God, we won't do that. Please give it up for Nick for hosting.
I should have been right there on in broadcast when Carl started talking. My bad. Thank you, guys. Have a great evening, and we will talk to you next time.